Okay. Okay.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are joining us from. It is an absolute honor to welcome you all to today's LOANI Africa meeting. This event is about celebrating our creative heroes. These are individuals who are transforming Africa and the world through their creativity, innovation, and leadership. We are really excited to share this journey of inspiration and transformation with you today. Before we begin, let me introduce myself briefly. My name is Ambassador Dr. Christine K.Obaigwa, and I am the Global Coordinator for the Leaders of All Nations International. I'm passionate about fostering leadership, creativity, and empowerment to bring about meaningful change, and I'm truly honored to be part of this movement. I'm passionate about transforming the world through education for sustainable development, and so I initiated a foundation that we are calling the Global Alliance for Sustainability in Education as the CEO and co-founder. To know more about me, you can read my biography on our website, which I'm going to share with you through the chat. I'll be sharing this so that you can know me more. Now, there are people who are joining LOANI, who are joining the meeting for the first time, and probably you don't know what LOANI is. Who is this LOANI? Leaders of All Nations International is a global movement that is committed to fostering leadership, innovation, and empowerment. Our mission is to inspire and support change makers across the world, working together to achieve sustainable development and build stronger, more inclusive communities. At LOANI, we believe in the power of unity. We believe in the power of creativity and shared purpose to transform lives. We see every challenge as an opportunity to rise, an opportunity to innovate and inspire others to create a better world. Today's event is actually a reflection of this mission, and we celebrate African leaders who embody these values. We will be listening to these leaders from across Africa, how they have, what they have done to make a change, to bring a difference in their own circles. And we will be having them get their awards on the 1st of December. 2024. So don't miss, please mark your calendar. And before I invite our hosts, it is important for me to share my message of change. Our continent, Africa, is rich in talent, creativity, and a lot of potential. But to truly unlock this potential, we must embrace change. Change in our mindset, change in our systems and our actions. Because I am a believer, I am a Christian, I like referring to what the Bible tells me because I go by what what this word of God tells me in my journey of leadership. When I look at the book of Romans 12, verse 2, it tells us, do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. That means that change begins with transforming our thoughts and aligning them with God's purpose. At LOANI, we believe that every individual has the power to lead change through creative thinking and purposeful action. Today, we celebrate African creative heroes who are not only transforming their communities, but also inspiring others to rise and thrive. These are leaders And usually I define a leader as someone who inspires, a leader as someone who influences and empowers others to achieve a common goal. A leader is not defined by a title or position of their, but rather by their actions, their vision, and ability to create positive change. True leaders serve with integrity, compassion, and resilience, taking responsibility of their communities and taking responsibility of their actions in the process of driving progress. Whoever wants to become great among you must be a servant, and whoever wants to be first must be your slave. Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life a ransom to many. This is a verse that talks about what true leadership is. You lead by example. You foster collaboration. You must embrace creativity as a leader. You must purpose to empower others, take responsibility, be resilient, focus on service, promote sustainability, purpose to communicate effectively, and stay purpose-driven. Always remember why you lead, because the why question is a golden question. When the why is clear, the how is easy. Align your efforts with a greater purpose that benefits others and creates meaningful, lasting change. Each one of us has the potential to be a leader in our own way. By embracing these principles, we can create a ripple effect that transforms not only our immediate surroundings, but also the broader world. Together as leaders, we can inspire change, we can uplift communities, and pave the way for a better future. Leadership is not about being in charge. It is about taking care of those in your charge. That is what Simon Sinek says. Change starts with each one of us. It begins with small, intentional steps that ripple out to create larger impacts. As leaders, we must take responsibility for creating positive change by embracing our creativity, collaborating with others, and leading with purpose. Together, we can create a brighter future for Africa, one step at a time. Before I bring to us our host, there is a video that I want us to watch together. This video introduces us to what we are having next.
Christine, sorry.
Yes?
We can play the video later on.
Later on.
Later on, yeah.
Fine. So allow me to introduce our host. It is my honor to introduce today's host, Dr. K.Obaigwa. Dr. Bakare is an award-winning author and a true survivor, having overcome the unimaginable challenge of surviving 5 cardiac arrests. We are blessed to have her. She has emerged as a powerful advocate for those seeking to live with purpose after adversity. As the Communications of Advocacy Chair for LOANI, she is passionate about supporting women to achieve their purpose and make meaningful contributions to the world. Please join me to welcome Dr. Bakare. Go to your icons and just welcome her. Send flowers. Let us clap for her as she comes. Dr. Bakare, the floor is yours. Once again, thank you all for being here, and I encourage you to engage fully in this session as we celebrate the power of creativity, resilience, and purpose. So let's get started.
Thank you very much, Dr. Christina or Christine Obaigwa. Hello, everyone. We're
Hello.
on, yes, I can see very familiar faces, and I can also see new faces. Want to thank you all for joining today. Today is going to be an exciting evening or afternoon, depending on where you are. Today is about creating, we are celebrating remarkable individuals in Africa who have transformed communities through creativity, leadership, and innovation. This inspiring session will feature creative heroes from Africa. They will be sharing their journeys. They will be sharing with us how they've made a difference in their communities. And they will also give us an opportunity to honor them, because everybody sharing their story today will be receiving an award on the 1st of December. So I will be starting, everybody will be having 2 minutes to talk. Please try and adhere to the 2 minutes. And we also be having a clock. Do we have the clock yet? I can't see the clock. Okay, Professor, can you put the clock, please? Otherwise,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm setting the clock.
So in order to start, we'll be starting with the Honorable Professor Caroline Makaka. The floor is yours, Professor. And to tell you more about Professor, she's the founder of LOANI. She's the one that founded this organization, which is in 150 countries worldwide. So, Professor Makaka, the floor is yours.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone today. And thank you so much, Ada. Thank you so much for hosting. And thank you, Christine, for opening the show and creating change. And I just want to, the reason why I put the clock, I wanted to talk about the value of your time, right? So let's embrace the power of our time, because time can change life in many ways. Let's can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. I think I have my question to you is, how are you actually using your time on this earth? And just remember, your time, action, and decision change your life. Your time on earth is limited. So my message to you today is do not waste your time, value your time, and time is valuable resource that can never be replaced. So now is the time to make a change. So thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you, Ada. Thank you.
Okay. Well spoken, Professor Caroline Makaka. As she said, time is valuable. We have seen people that have been on this earth 100 years ago or 200 years ago, like the guy that did the lights. We only hear about them. They are not here again, but they have left valuable resources. So your time is more valuable because time on earth is limited. So in order to start more, I like to call on the honorary chairperson of LOANI, Dr. Viola Edward. The floor is yours, Dr. Edward.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Friend, colleague, guest. It is with profound gratitude and honor that I address you today in this wonderful initiative of LOANI. As we come together to celebrate the African wasteland of possibility, driven by our shared commitment to creating a brighter and multiple future. As our founder and CEO, Professor Caroline Makaka said, in LOANI, all gather reflect the unity and collaboration. It underscores the truth that change is not just an aspiration, it is a call, a collective journey we undertake together. Space. We celebrate the richness of Africa's spirit, the resilience of its people, and the limitless potential of its ideas. Begin within each one of us. And I know a lot about this mostly and as a professional in psychotherapy. It demands courage to defy limits, empathy to uplift those around us, and bold vision to forge new paths. Across today, let us open our mind, connect deeply, and share ideas that spark not only hope, action. Action that reverberate far beyond this screen, this wall. We Are the Change is more than a gathering. It is a platform where night, dreams align, and meaningful solutions are born. Together, we are building bridges, culture, and continent to shine a future that reflect the values of equity, kindness, compassion, and shared growth, inspire and co-create together. Because as the saying goes, and I think this saying is coming from land, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. We are here to go far together because together is so much better. Thank you for this extraordinary journey and welcome of We Are Change. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Viola Edward. Like you said, it's true. If you want to go far, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together as a group, which is what LOANI is doing. So thank you for sharing that. And before we continue, I'd like you to know that we have people from different parts of the continent. In some areas of Africa, the Wi-Fi might not be good, so please be patient. We have people from South Africa, we have Kings here, we have Sierra Leone, North America, South America, America, all over the world, even Philippines. So please, let's just accommodate when people don't have good Wi-Fi, because of the country. The next person that I'd like to address us is His Royal Highness Dr. Winifred Gitonga. His Royal Highness, the floor is yours, Dr. Winifred Gitonga. Is she around?
Yeah, good afternoon, every one of us. Good morning, good evening, however we are. I am excited to be part of this meeting. It's a celebration, courtesy our Professor Caroline, putting things together so that we can be able to celebrate the World Change Leaders, and especially for Africa. I'm excited to be part of this organization. Is a movement, and I am taking the leadership position as an Africa chairperson and also the board of trustees. Apart from that, LOANI believes in partnerships and collaboration. We have partnered with various organizations, and especially one that I also lead by Vision Africa Development, which is the enabling arm for LOANI, where we talk about enterprise development, socioeconomic development agenda. Our focus is to work along the values and the priority projects for Africa and Africa Union Agenda 2063 plus initiative, as well as enabling achievement of the UN SDGs, even as we propel our our agenda, humanitarian agenda. We believe that peace and development are the anchors to any developing world, and we are in a world that demands that we change. So the dynamics of human lives have changed greatly, where they are now integrated in the development agenda. On my own behalf, I am an entrepreneur and also a consultant in socio-economic development for Africa. I represent many global organizations where my mandates are to open up Africa for development. So I'm sitting on a pedestal where we are able to execute, develop project proposals for to the outside world, where most of our partners are interested in investing in Africa, developing various sectors. We are talking about blue economy, green energy. We are talking about infrastructure development. We are talking about empowerment of youth and women, using various sectors of the socio-economic agenda. So I am calling every one of us as a change maker to embrace any opportunity that comes your way, and recognize that we have a calling. We have a higher calling at LOANI. It's a movement of change, and we are saying no one should be left behind. We are talking about inclusivity. We are talking about diversity. We are calling about the respect to each other's space. We have allowed a platform where everybody can exhibit their prowess and their knowledge. We are sharing that kind of knowledge through events and conferences so that we are able to move ahead. Thank you very much. My time is up, and God bless you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Ambassador Dr. Winfred Gitonga. I like the fact about your green energy. That is what Africa needs. And I like the fact that we are helping with the social economic. I mean, that's it's very interesting. And I like to digress a bit. You know, we're talking about celebrating African heroes because Africa is actually a great country. Well, we've always been great. Before Mungo Park came and said he discovered River Niger. That river has been there for Africa years ago, and we discovered it. So it's because we don't talk. When Africans keep quiet or don't think about what they do, other people take charge. Also, today you notice people from different continents, because the reason that we say about celebrating Africans, but we have people here who are from America, who are from India, different places. They have invested their resources to make Africa great. So it's not only when Bill Gates give 1 billion to support Africa that we notice. There are individuals here collaboratively. They've given more than 1 billion, and that has surpassed what Bill Gates gave. So we need to celebrate ourselves. So I urge you, whatever positive things you are doing, you need to say it. Use your voice so that people can support you. On this platform, I've invited, there's some millionaires here, and there's some people that are looking to support what you are doing and also to ask you to collaborate with them. So do not hold back in what you do. So just speak it. Keep it to 2 minutes, but feel free to express yourself. We are waiting. So the next person is Dr. Rania Lampo. Rania, the floor is yours from Greece.
Yes, hello, warm greetings from Greece, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Ada. Welcome to the We Are the Change World Movement Africa event. It's an honor to stand before you today, as we are gathered under the shared mission of creating a better, more inclusive world. So the question is, what does change mean to you? It's a question that can inspire reflection and action. For change is not just a concept, I think it's a force. It's this part that fuels progress, the catalyst for growth, the key to the brighter future. And each of us here is part of that change, actively shaping the world in ways big and small. At LOANI, we believe that real change happens when we come together, when we are united by a common purpose. And today, that purpose is to raise awareness, to drive meaningful dialogue, to empower each other to take action. And this is not just an initiative. It's a collective force of wonderful leaders who share a vision of a stronger, more prosperous, more inclusive society. It's a society where no one is left behind, where every voice is heard, and where the idea of belonging becomes a reality for all. And our mission is clear: to create a sustainable environment where the health and well-being of our planet and people are prioritized, not just for today, but for generations to come. And through our efforts, we aim to leave behind a legacy that inspires others to continue the work that we are doing here today, a legacy that embodies the values of cooperation, creativity, and positive change. So this is a space, actually, safe and welcoming space where all nations and individuals belong. And through this movement, we are joining forces not only to find our purpose, but to live our purpose. Our purpose is rooted in a shared vision of a world where unity, sustainability, innovation reign. And today we're focusing on a theme that speaks directly to the heart of transformation, creative leadership. This theme, yes. Thank you. I would like to thank Dr. Caroline Makaka because her leadership is not just about guiding others, it's about empowering them. And Caroline has actually fostered a community of change makers who share their vision and are driven by this same collective energy to make the world a better place. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Rania. Thank you for this. You know, you're right that we have to leave a legacy that leaves a purpose so that the generation coming can benefit from it. Thank you. You're absolutely right. Thank you. Now to call on the next speaker. The next speaker is someone who has single-handedly contributed to developing lots of the African heroes that you've seen here today. So I like to call on, she's used her wise counsel to develop others. I like to call on Lady Ambassador Dr. Robbie Mota. Dr. Robbie, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everybody. I am so honored to be here. And it's wonderful to hear all of the great work all of you are doing, because we are the change. We are one, no matter where we come from. And we don't compete, we complete each other. And it's wonderful to hear all the great projects and to meet each of you. I'm looking forward to coming to Africa with LOANI in June next year to meet some of you personally. Keep up the great work, because together we are the change. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Robbie. Yes, I like the fact that we don't compete, we complete. Hear that? And we are the change. Thank you very much. Well spoken. Well spoken. The next person I'd like to call is Lord Simon MacDonald. Lord Simon MacDonald, the floor is yours.
Thank you, and welcome everybody to this meeting as well. It is a great honor to be here. Africa, it's a great land of opportunity. This is how I've always seen it. I've spent a lot of time. I lived in South Africa for a number of years, and it was my very first impression, a land of opportunity. And I, extend that to all of Africa. This continent, it's made up of many nations and many cultures, probably more nations and cultures than any other continent on the planet, and so on. And we are special because we have a lot to offer the world. We have just about anything. My area of expertise is in the blue economy. At present, I'm actually working on no less than 11 separate projects in several countries within Africa as well. I have meetings coming up in this coming week with the Scottish First Minister and with potential investors to bring these projects into fruition, to create employment, enhance and build communities, and create more wealth for Africa. And yes, we are the change indeed. We really are the change. And between us all, we can make incredible amount of change for the good of Africa as a continent in total. And I thank you very much for having me on board with this. And a special thank you to Her Highness Dr. Winifred in particular, who has opened so many doors and introduced me to so many of you. Next year, yes, you will see me in Africa driving these projects forward. And I am so looking forward to being back in the land that I love. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord MacDonald. That is interesting. Africa is a land of opportunity. People that have eyes can see that. But in the media, all they show is poverty and then people suffering. That is not Africa. So I'm so happy that Lord Simon has 11 separate projects in Africa. Why people are swimming away by sea, leaving the gold. The gold is there, they are running away. So all you heroes today, you are actually making a change, showing that there is gold there. Go back and develop your gold. You can come abroad for holiday, but you don't need to run out because of poverty. There's no poverty in Africa. It's only because nobody is doing anything. The next person I like to call is Mokoto Okubo. Mokoto Okubo, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much.
Share your story with us.
Thank you. This is Mark Okubo, so please call me Mark. So actually,
okay,
I have been in Baku, Azerbaijan, attending the COP29, the UN climate summit there, and then I have just moved to Denver, attending the United States meeting here with the insurance people, and then I'm flying to Amsterdam later. So this is actually a photo taken at the African Union pavilion in the Blue Zone. So they are talking about how building the sustainable future in all the African different countries. And I learned a lot of the progress in different African countries. And I'm sure that Africa is going in the right direction. Sometimes it's even more than the developed countries that you are hearing from Europe or US or other areas. So now I'm talking with the government officials that if we can provide some assistance on the further developing the sustainability in different countries, especially the Western people, European people made too much emphasis on the reduction of CO2 emissions, but we don't think that this would change the world alone because the emission is just the delaying the climate change, but not actually bringing the solution. And I have a lot of conversation with those in Africa, and you are wealthy of the natural resource, and you have a lot of the variable resources in your country, and then I think you can lead even the planet. So as I'm not African, but my name Okubo sounds like African, so I feel like African a little bit. So I'd like to work with you to actually bring in the insight, bring in the wisdom, and then bring in this world to be in line with the nature. It's your time. The people are talking about biodiversity. People are talking about soil. People are talking about the forest. People talking about the ocean. So it's your time. So let's work together and to have a very good future shared between us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well said. We're talking about biodiversity, CO2 and everything, and it's all happening in Africa. So we are so lucky that we on this platform, we are way ahead. We are doing all we can. And I will ask if you know somebody that does what you like on this platform, you can collaborate with them, because sometimes what holds Africa back is because we work alone. We shouldn't be working alone. We should work together. And please, if you find your sister or brother needs support, freely give them. And if you are also giving support, reciprocate. There should be spirit of someone help me. Reciprocity, please, because so that we can grow. You do not grow alone. According to somebody said, if you want to walk far, you walk alone. Sorry, fast, you walk alone. But if you want to walk fast, if you want to walk far, you walk together. So we should be helping each other, because those are the things that make Africa look as if it's not developing. It's actually developing, but we need support. We need proper support. Thank you.
Great.
Thank
So
you,
actually,
Dr.
I'm
Yokoba.
flying to Cape Town next month, and I have been talking with the Ethiopian government on the possible collaboration. So if you're somebody who are in that region, maybe we can have a chat. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. There are lots of people in from South Africa here, so they'll be able to collaborate with you. Just put your details on the chat,
Thank you.
that will make that possible.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yes, thank you. The next person I'd like to invite to share with us is Dr. Randy Deward.
Hello, everyone. I am so honored to be here. Thank you, Caroline, my dear, dear sister, and LOANI for this prestigious award as African creative leader. And you may think, what does an American have to do with Africa? Well, a lot. My heart, a big part of my heart belongs to Africa, because I have been connected with Africa since 1996, but seriously connected since 2011 and 12, when I went to Cairo to teach English as a second language to young adults, not knowing that a week after I got there, the revolution would start and I would be living close to all the violence. But I had the most wonderful experience, so much so that when I came back home after teaching there, I wrote my first book because I believed in me. My Egyptian fantasy came true. And I wrote it to tell my story, but I also wanted to tell the story of the Egyptians and their struggle for democracy and freedom. Okay, that led me to open two schools, Rise Up for young adults and an Egyptian 6 October nursery school. Sadly, both of those were forced to close, but I had my wonderful moment of having my two schools in Africa and helping to educate some young people. I visited 8 countries in Africa and hope to visit many more of those. During my travels in many of those countries, I went on game drives, and this started my passion and my love for the African animal. I'm an animal lover in general, but the African animals definitely stole my heart. So I started working with a group in Kenya called Africa Nomads Conservation. I became the USA representative, but I also became an environmentalist with my friend Max, who's in Cairo, with his World Peace Forest Africa, which is an organization in which he's growing the moringa tree in hopes of reforesting Africa and other parts of Egypt and other parts of Africa one day. So my passion is very much with Africa. Last year, I published my first novel. And again, it's about Africa. It's about a veterinarian who travels around the world, even though it's fiction. 3 of the countries that she goes to are Egypt, Morocco, and Kenya. And she's searching for a way to help the animals. And she does, in my mind, as a creative veterinarian, which I've always wanted to be. And so my next novel, Wandering No More, is also going to be published next year. And I've been to the Masai Mara, so I created an African animal rescue hospital in the Masai Mara. And again, I'm writing these books mainly because they're fun and I love to write, but I'm also wanting to get people on board because there are so many African animals in danger now. The elephants, the rhinos, even the giraffe is being come on the endangered list. I've even done YouTube videos on my channel trying to support people or make people want to support our movement to save the animals. So I'm hoping to go in Kenya with LOANI in June and launch my book in the Masai Mara. And I've even been told that they might create a new museum there and put it in my name. Oh my God, if that could happen, that would be one of the biggest honors of my life, to have a museum in a country that I love so much. So I'm so happy to be here today. I will continue to do my best to spread my word as an educator about how wonderful Africa is, save the animals, teach the children, and make Africa the best place in the world. We are the change, and we can make that happen. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Randy. I mean, it's so good to hear that, you've visited 8 countries in Africa, and you're even growing a moringa tree, and all the books you're writing is about Africa. I have a confession. I've only visited Togo. I'm an African, and same goes. We Africa, we know all over the world. We go to Spain, we go to America, go to Atlanta, but we don't go anywhere in Africa. Why is that? Maybe South Africa is actually doing better. Maybe we should start thinking of a resort and how to invite people to enjoy Africa. Please, thank you very much for that, Dr. Randy. And swiftly moving, the next person I'd like to invite is Dr. Elizabeth Prado Falk. Dr. Elizabeth, the floor is yours. Dr. Elizabeth Falk? Okay, I don't think she's here. So I'd like to say that, that the next hours are going to go fast because we're going to have, we have more people who like to share their stories. These are incredible stories. And thank you for staying up till this time, because you're going to hear things that will change your thinking and also expose how Africans are doing so that we can use that knowledge to help others. So the next person I'm going to call is Dr. Ella Ford. Dr. Ella Ford, the floor is yours. Dr. Ella Ford, I can see her, but probably she's okay. I like to go by alphabet now. I like to call Aisha Dufala. Aisha. Okay. Is Aisha here? Okay, I like to call on the next person to call is sorry, I lost my alphabetical.
It's is it possible to call Ambassador Winfred so that she can announce the Africa, because she was supposed to announce the dates, so she can announce it, and then we can play the video.
Okay, Ambassador Winfred, the floor is yours.
Yes. Conference, which is scheduled to take place on 24th July to 31st July 2025. We'll be launching, the key areas will be launching the LOANI Africa headquarters with their added projects and programs that are our priority projects for the conference. It will be a fundraiser conference for Africa, and most of the projects and programs that will be highlighted during that 1 week conference are demonstrated in the video. Thank you very much and welcome. I invite you all to take notes and you start arranging to come to Africa, Kenya. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Winfred. I'd like to say that there's a short video that we just like to play now. It won't take long. It's just to show you some of the things that we've achieved and also things that are coming up. I hope you will just be patient for that one. Okay, Professor.
Yeah, Christine. It's about the Africa, the event. Okay, Christine.
Christine, are you ready?
I'm getting the video. I don't know why it has refused to show right now.
Okay. Could we call on the next person while we're waiting for the video?
Yes, please.
Oh,
is it showing?
Okay, it's showing now. Thank you.
Okay, let me start.
Me too. Screen is.
We only know the change of dates. When it's called 24th, that's July.
Sorry.
I think it's we just leave the highlighter.
Okay, sorry. Wow, welcome to Africa. Welcome to Kenya.
Thank you very much for playing that. Just to let you know, the day for the Expo event in Africa has been changed to July 24th to 31st, 3rd. So if you want to join us in Africa, we can come. You can come on that day. Where is it taking place again in Africa?
Kenya.
Kenya. I'm
Welcome to Kenya.
I'm just feeling your legs. I know it's
Okay.
so if you want to join us, you have to put down your name and you can say that. Okay. Thank you very much for that. I'd like to call on the next person. Call them Atta Frank, please. Atta Frank, the floor is yours. Can you use this opportunity to share with us what you've been doing and how you've been going about achieving that, so that we can hear your story and then give you support and recognition. Thank you. Atta Frank. Okay.
Can you unmute? He's here.
Okay. Thank you. The floor is yours.
Atta, please unmute yourself.
Maybe we can move to the next one, Ada.
Okay. We come back to Mr. Frank. The next one is Babawa Feti. Babawa, the floor is yours. Tell us about what you've been doing and how you've been going ahead.
Thank you, Chair.
Supporting.
Thank you so much. Just opening my video. Greetings to all the wonderful LOANI members. It's such an exciting moment to be amongst all the change makers today. Professor Caroline Makaka, really, I can never thank you enough for this wonderful platform where we all unite in solidarity towards a common goal of building a world that we can all be proud of. I am Babalwa Faki, as you have heard. I am from South Africa. I grew up in a rural village called Dugatole in the town of Mthatha, Eastern Cape Province, here in South Africa. I grew up in rural areas. I was always surrounded by nature, used to collect water from the rivers, used to collect now I'm focusing on, I see my picture on the screen. Used to collect firewood from the forest. And that has inspired me to love nature and has led me to take a path of stewardship, because I believe that our natural resources have been entrusted upon us by the Creator, God. And therefore, I have dedicated my life in ensuring that I provide advisory services to the developers to ensure that we develop in a way that would make sure that we don't impact negatively on the human rights of the people who are using those natural resources, be it water. If you are a miner, you are mining, and we are going to be disposing of effluent, you do it in a responsible manner. So I founded Miezo Environmental Management Services. As I indicated, we are consultant in the environmental field. I am an environmental scientist. And the other space where I play stewardship role, is in the poetry and creativity and writing books. I write poetry. I decided to use poetry as a conduit through which we can reach people's hearts. and speak about sustainability matters in a manner that would touch people's souls and drive them into taking action. Because if we only listen and hear about green economy and we do not really understand that is part of our lives, we do not realize that when we do anything on the environment, we are impacting negatively on the legacy that we could be leaving behind for our children, then we are not going to move further. So we need to combine our intellect and combine our soul and combine our emotion intelligence in taking decisions regarding sustainability. So I wrote books, Greetings from My Core, When Mulberry Trees Are Uprooted, and the other one just to promote indigenous languages and the indigenous knowledge systems and how they can be used in the science sector to ensure that there is inclusivity in the way in which we are taking decisions that are going to solve the problems that some of them we've created ourselves, like climate change and through the pollution that the world have caused. So this book is called Hlahlindlela Nowombile. And also, I believe that it takes a village to raise a child. So I've created a non-profit organization where we are mentoring the youngsters, helping them once they graduate as young scientists, support them to be registered professionals. And the company is called Miezo Growth and Development Institute. Thank you so much.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Babawa. And yes, Fatih, I'm really thinking about what you said. You said that the natural resources has been bestowed upon us and we have to, it's our responsibility to take care of it. That is actually right. And you've gone ahead taking charge of things, making sure, and you are even of this generation. People in the older generation, they didn't even do as much as you are doing. I'm really, really proud that somebody of your age can be thinking in the way that our forefathers used to think. And also you've been writing books. If you can share your, please can everyone share their details so that if we need to get back, even the book, I don't know, is the book in English or is in, is the book in English?
Thanks, Chair. The two books are in English and the other one is in isiXhosa, but they are available in Amazon. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Just put the names as well for us. Thank you very much. We really appreciate your sharing with us. And that is what this platform is about, sharing things. Because if she hasn't come to share with us today, we wouldn't have known. So I'd like to thank you. And I'll move forward to the other. Is Atta Frank still here? Atta Frank?
Yes, please. I'm there.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you so much for giving me this great opportunity to be here.
Yes. I know
special thank you to Prof. Renia for the opportunity. I'm by the Energy and Natural Resources, Ghana. I love to read and the knowledge that I gained in it. Now, right from secondary school, I asked myself, what can I... Hello?
Yeah, we can hear. We can hear you.
Okay. I'm by the name Frank Atta from Ghana, a student at the University of Energy and Natural Resources. And I'm offering BSc Information Technology. I would like to say a very big thank you to Prof. Renia for giving me this opportunity and the organizer. Now, I'm someone from a less privileged background, and I love to read. So the knowledge and the insights that I gain, I used to share it to people so that they also get something out of it. Now, right from secondary school, I asked myself, what can I do so that I will be useful to myself, my community, and the world at large? So I started an initiative entitled Educating the Youth Across Africa, where I invite experts in their fields. I quite remember in 2022, I invited I invited her on my show. I've started a couple of initiatives which have been very helpful to the people in my town, Petchment. Yeah, I used they also gained impact from it. I've also started what we call social media never forget, where I educate the youth the impact of the social media, how they can use social media positively so that it will have great impact in their life. Recently, I've looked for the problems around, and then we help people find solutions to these problems. And then the money that we generate, we use it to feed ourselves as students and also support the needy ones in our society. So currently, these are some of the things that we've been doing. We've been attending various SHS, speaking to the students, the need for them to take their academics seriously. And also, we also spoke about illegal mining, which is happening in our various communities, the negative impact it is happening on the people. These are some of the things that we've been doing, and it has helped. Once again, I would say a very big thank you to you all for giving me this great opportunity to share the journey so far and the impact that it is having on my country and the community I found myself in. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much, Atta Frank, for sharing with us what you do. We know that in some parts of Africa, the network can be a bit challenging, but you managed to stick around and share everything with us. And I'm also happy that you are actually using your talent to help the less privileged, because that is what we need to change Africa. Don't forget to leave your details on the chat, because we have a look at all of them and we save them. Thank you so much. And please, can we support each other and stay till the end so that we can empower each other and hear each other's stories? The next person on this is Mr. Caleb Timileyin Samuel. Caleb Timileyin Samuel. The floor is yours. If you Caleb, I'm just trying to. Okay. Yeah, I can see Mr. Caleb here. I don't know if he's around. Probably he just stepped out. Mr. Caleb. Okay, I'll go back to him. The next person I like to call is Catherine Wambukoya Ngetich. Catherine Wambukoya Ngetich. I hope I'm not Catherine. Sorry, I'm just scanning the place. It's not here. The next person I'm going to, because I'm going line by line, is Dr. Claudine Hingston. Dr. Claudine Hingston, if you are here, the floor is yours. Okay. Then I'd like to call on Aisha Dafala. Is Aisha Dafala in? Okay. I'd like to call on the next person, Damaris Ndichu. Damaris Ndichu?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, thank you. The floor is yours. Can you share with us what you've been doing and how you've been helping people? You know.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Basically, I deal with ICT and most of it I deal with security. You know, of late we have seen a surgence in security breaches in groups, WhatsApp, internet, people vandalizing things, and my main area is security systems. I do installations. I do installation of systems, installation of computer systems. And what I do personally to help the youth is that I take some youth from poor background. I go with them to the field. I teach them on how to do the installations. I train them. And when they qualify to join colleges, we also I also make sure that helping to raise funds for them to get to the colleges so that they can get an education, get certified, and when they are certified, they can go and look for jobs for themselves. Basically, most of our training is based on helping these youth to be self-reliant, to be self-employed, not necessarily to get employment, because that is where most of us we miss it. Most of the education in the African systems, it teaches us to go and get a job, go and get employed. But how about if we empower these youth to become self-reliant? So that's basically what I've been doing. I've been trying the best I can to get these youth to send themselves out there with enough knowledge. So recently I started a college that is dealing with the same. So I'll be telling you more. I'll be giving links more on how to join the college. Somebody can learn online, or somebody can come physically to Nairobi and learn. And it's facilitated halfway. Halfway, somebody pays for their own school fees, but for those people who are really in need from very, very poor background, they will study free of charge. And I know with God's help, we are going to make very, very good positive change to our continent, Africa. So I invite also those people who would want to participate in helping these people learn by supporting. I invite collaborators to come and join me as we take this forward. So God bless you. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Damaris. You are empowering you're empowering the youth, which is very important, because most people, they're unemployed because after finishing, there's nobody to employ them. But now you are making it easier for them. That is very good gesture. And anybody that wants to join can come to Nairobi to learn. Probably they can have online platform too, and they can learn that.
There's online platform,
Okay, just put your details in the chat. Thank you. I'd like to call Caleb again. Caleb was, is Caleb back? Because I'm doing it, Caleb Timilane Samuel.
Caleb. Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, great leaders.
Hello, Caleb.
So you called me earlier. I had network interruption. Yes, ma'am. I can hear you, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, yeah.
Okay, yes. You called me earlier. I had network issue. So I had to reach out to one of my colleagues, and she informed me that you had called me earlier. So I am so sorry for that interruption. Okay, so you can address me as Caleb Samuel. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a climate change expert. I major into leadership and also a researcher. I'm also a writer.
I'm busy, please.
Yes, so I'm so happy to be here in the midst of these great leaders, at least to share my idea on the concept of what we call change, how leaders can effect change in the community they are, how they can motivate people, for societal development. We must really well understand that as leaders, we must be an initiator of change. And of course, when we are initiators of change, we will always dictate the future, then we will always control the experiences, of what is happening in the future. And also, as leaders, we must basically not be a reactionary kind of leader that we all respond when circumstances or situations have happened. So, and when we are reactionary leaders or reactive leaders, as the case may be, things might not actually go well. So it is better to be an initiator of change so that problems can be stabilized even before things are gone wrong. So as a climate change expert, I educate people on climate change and waste management. Of course, we all know that climate change is one of the most an important problem that we need to solve on the African continent today, and also the kind of leadership that we possess cannot solve this issue of climate change and poverty. So it is very important that we imbibe the right culture, the right knowledge, the right education that can bring development all around the world. So thank you for allowing me to share my knowledge. Thank you very much for inviting me. And I look forward to more collaboration for change as the case may be. Thank you so much. I so much appreciate.
Oh, thank you very much, Caleb. And thank you for coming back. And even though we've called you, but you came back and were able to share what you've done. Don't forget to put your details in the comments in the chat. And it's all about climate change now. So we're all going to do something about that now, especially from Africa. And also to remind all you wonderful heroes that all of you will be invited on the 1st of December to receive your award, and you meet other heroes from all over the world. Remember, we're going continent by continent. Yesterday was Asia. Today is Africa. Next week it will be the US. So thank you for sharing your story. And please remember to stay to the end to support each other. The next person I'm going to call is David Chukwuemeka. David, are you here? David Chukwuemeka. Okay. Otherwise, I will call in Dr. Ella Ford. Dr. Ella Ford, the floor is yours.
I'm here. Hello?
Yes, okay. Dr. David Chukwuemeka, yeah. Sorry.
David Chukwueke is the name.
Oh, Chukwueke. Sorry.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. David Chukwueke. Yes, I should know
no
better.
problem at all. Yes, yes. All right, greetings to everyone. Greetings to everyone. We are the change in the world. I want to sincerely thank everyone for this opportunity to share our views concerning what we are doing. Okay, yes, what we actually do here, or what I represent, I'm the curator for Nigerian Literary Society, which will soon transform to African Literary Society. What do we do in Nigerian Literary Society? It has been discovered that people don't really read. They find it very difficult to read. They don't have the time. What we do here is that every last Saturday of the month, we try to bring professionals and non-professionals to come and read African literature. We promote African literature, African writers, African literary enthusiasts to read their works. Why are we doing this? We do this to open people's mind. That is, to change, to make a transformation of their mindset. Even those that do not read, we read to them. So those that read, those that have the time, read to those that cannot read. Thereby, those who cannot read will now build up their interest in the act of reading. Now, aside that, we have started a school, a language school called International Institute of English Language, Literary Studies and Communication, whereby we promote spoken English and the reading culture amongst people. You see, we are doing this, and people think it's a waste of time, but we are seeing a lot of change. We found out that even as a classroom teacher, my students now enjoy reading. They see it as a pleasure. After reading, they tend to come and tell me what they have learned, the moral lessons and all that. Where I stay, people want to attend the program, see what we are doing there, and it's been wonderful. this month, November 30th, we're having a okay, sorry, my time is up. We're having a professor who will be coming to read her works to us. So, it's something we do every month. And we started since 2020. By next year, 2025, we're going to be 5 years in doing this very literary program. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, oh, I like the fact that you said, you teach people how to read. Yeah, sometimes I think it's a bit of laziness, but the fact that you can actually teach them, and so people learn better sometimes faster when they are being taught. And they said that the greatest detriment to many people's success tomorrow is their thinking today. All of you on this platform today, you've come to share what you've been doing. And that means that you are willing to change your tomorrow. Because by being here today, the future of Africa tomorrow will be changed. We start change for tomorrow today. So pat yourself on the back, and we actually support you, and we are going to have a lot of changes because everybody here is coming with a taste for knowledge, and you'll be surprised what will happen after today. And please support each other until the end. So the next hero I like to be calling is Dr. Ella Ford.
Thank you so much. So as you mentioned, my name is Ella Ford Mutetwa. I'm South Africa. I'm in South Africa.
Yeah.
I'm in Johannesburg, South Africa. Yes, so I'm a registered dietitian, a healthcare professional who's evolved into a healthy lifestyle coach. And I'm also now specializing in lifestyle medicine. I'm in the process of completing my PhD in lifestyle medicine. I've been a humanitarian for over 3 decades. And I'm also an author. So we write in South Africa, and we're also in a process of just motivating people to read. So I'm an author, and the name of my book is called Perfect Landing, Wrong Airport. And the book is really about the experiences that women have, Black women and women in general have in corporates, with one of them that's key being racism. And I talk about the strategies and tactics that one can, engage in order to build resilience, and have developed programs to that effect in terms of conversations with elegance, whereby we work on building resilience throughout corporates and just in the workspace in general. I'm also the founder of Elegance Wellness Boutique, which is a transformative wellness destination. It's very much about empowering individuals, families, organizations, and communities in general to reach optimal wealth and well-being, so that we can really have well-balanced families and well-balanced children, because obviously the youth is our future. And it's really about commitment in terms of revolutionizing health promotion. So, for example, some of the methods that are used to engage in health promotion is through medical animation, because it's very visionary, it's very memorable, and it has longevity. And I'm very much involved in terms of grassroots activities across the continent, where we have family boot camps. And then just finally, also I do quite a bit in the health space in terms of democratizing healthcare, so that no one's left behind, so that we have equality in terms of health services in both rural and urban areas. So I'm also the chairperson for BRICS, the BRICS Women's Business Alliance, chairperson for South Africa, but responsible for the African continent. And very, very important, one of my key projects is around commercializing African traditional medicine. It's very much about not to dilute the importance of modern medicine. Modern medicine, what we're saying is that modern medicine is important, but it's about time that we pay homage to our own traditional African medicine and commercialize it. So it would be very, very important for me to be able to, and I'm inviting others within the continent who specialize in this area, because I'm not the expert, who specialize in this area, to work with me on this very important project where we commercialize African traditional medicine, because we know that more than 80% of Africans do engage in and do use African traditional medicine. And then I'm going to end by saying that let us continue to work together with what we call in South Africa the spirit of Ubuntu, which encourages individuals to recognize humanity in others and to prioritize communal welfare over personal gain. God bless you all, and thank you so much for the award to everyone. God bless you, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ella Ford Mutemwa. Yes, it's about time somebody commercialize African traditional medicine, not just people going here and there and there. You should have a standard, because at the moment, people just get sick. I remember when I get sick, my mother just boiled some leaves and give me, and that's for fever. But there's no dosage. The medicine works, but we don't have dosage, so either people take too much or too little. So we should be commercialized. And if anybody wants to help Dr. Ella, you can contact her. She's going to put her details in the chat as well. Thank you. Yeah. The next person I like to call is Dr. Esther Oluwatoyin Kayode. Dr. Esther Oluwatoyin Kayode.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Dr. Esther Oluwatoyin Kayode. I am a chartered accountant and agro advisory expert. I'm also a creative technology. I reside in Nigeria, West Part, Lagos, in Nigeria. And I want to share what I've been doing so far. I will actually say my humanitarian journey started from when I was a teenager. A lot of inspirational story behind, but the one I will share right now is currently we run a foundation in Nigeria, and we have channeled our services into 4 divisions. And one is education. We are working on children that are out of school in Nigeria. Successfully, I started from my house doing it, paying teachers. But today, I discovered that children are getting learning every time. We are able to partner with some schools. And today we have a school in Nigeria, we have a school in Lagos. We have 34 children in school right now under our NGO. Some of them 8 years out of school, 4 years out of school, many of them, and the children are doing well. Secondly, we undergone training. Next week, Friday, we are taking up SME training for 100 people doing businesses in Nigeria. Every training is free, and we are taking them from the training level to creating jobs, then 2 remote jobs globally. And the third area we service under our NGO is empowerment. We empower those that are very vulnerable, widows. Some of them are sick, some are so terrible in situation in Nigeria. Successfully, we have been able to take some back to the market doing their certificate trading. And then under our training, under our training as well, we through training for skill acquisition using existing businesses that are successful. We appeal to them, we collaborate with them. So in January, for out of school, we have 600 children on our list now. We are increasing the school and finally mentoring, giving counseling and advisory as the need be. But on the final note of my sharing what we do, we try to create creative, sustainable economic system in our NGO. So I decided on my inspirational story, I started writing a book to sell globally so that we can, from that, generate funds. So my book, one of them is coming out end of November, and you will all see it as it comes out. So from that book, we'll be channeling, apart from people that support us, we'll be raising funds to sponsor the work we are doing. All well and good. I'm happy doing what I am doing. I was once a widow. I suffered a loss in Nigeria. So everything came out of my inspirational life story. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you for sharing with us. What an inspiration. Chartered accountants plus agriculture, and now you are helping children that can't go to school and everything. So you can see, if she hasn't shared it and I see her on the street, I'll just be looking at her as an accountant. So what we have to do is to use our voice. If you don't say what you do, people will just look at you, they don't know. So some people come and say, okay, it doesn't matter, I just like to be quiet. But you are in this world to make a difference. Use what God has given you. Use your brain, your body, or whatever it is. If it's something that you can use your hand to change things, people are doing it. But important thing is that you have to be recognized, because there's no point doing something when nobody recognizes you, because that's the only way you can document things. Because now we're going to document all of you, and people come to us, they find out who are the African heroes, and we tell them, is this, is that, is that. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so we move on to the next one. The next person I like to call is Gloria Ifeanyi Ayogo. Gloria, the floor is yours.
Hello, good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, LOANI, for having me here today, and to Dr. Rania for nominating me. It's truly a privilege to be part of this global movement among passionate leaders. I am Gloria Ifeanyi Ayogo from Nigeria. With over 18 years of teaching experience, I have had the privilege of seeing how the power of inclusive education can transform lives. When I started my journey, my focus was to inspire and empower young minds. Over time, that vision grew, leading me to establish a Walk Through Education and Kiddie Press Club, an NGO that focuses on underserved children in the rural community in Nigeria. Our aim has always been to provide students with tools to express themselves, to think critically, and to develop life skills that extend beyond the classroom. Through this journey, I've learned that education isn't just about imparting knowledge. It's about creating an inclusive and nurturing environment where students feel encouraged to explore, question, and grow together. It is this belief that continues to drive me in every project and initiative I undertake. 2020 marked the beginning of my global outreach, connecting with educators and students worldwide to promote cross-cultural learning and collaboration. These roles allowed me to expand my influence beyond borders, fostering connections that would enrich my teaching philosophy and global perspectives. Once again, I am delighted to be part of this movement. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for sharing with us, Gloria. Your inclusive education can transform lives, which is really true. We need, you see, these are the things, there's a lot of skills that has been put on show today. Doing it quietly is not going to help anybody. It's good to talk about it. Now, at least there are other people doing, the other ladies in Lagos. This is how people can collaborate, probably share ideas, because it's all part of different things. Thank you so much. So please don't hide your skills. Open your mouth and talk so that we can support, or you can get somebody to help. Because like I said, there are lots of people here today. They are not just watching. Some have come here to see how they can support you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes. And the next person I'd like to call is Ambassador Iroma Ofotube. Iroma Ofotube. Oh. I actually missed out Gloria. I like to call Gloria Mohale first. Gloria, are you here?
Okay, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, from
Hello,
Lesotho.
everyone. Greetings.
Hello.
Okay. I'm Gloria Mohale from country Lesotho. Lesotho is based, it's an independent country based near South Africa. So we share the boundaries with South Africa. By profession, I'm a lecturer at the National University of Lesotho, and I'm the chairperson of LOANI. So today, I would like to share information of creativity to make a positive change in the context of education. But before that, I would like to ask educators, teachers, and lecturers about what they do and how do they create learning environment for their learners. So we know that creativity is the fundamental human trait that has the power to transform information and education. It goes beyond the arts and extends to all facets of learning. There's one point I would like to clarify. We say that creativity enhances learning. That is, creativity boosts memory retention and comprehension. Students who engage creatively with material tend to learn more effectively. And then there's another point, collaboration. With collaboration, the creative teamwork promotes collaboration, and it's essential for many real-world tasks. So besides this creativity that I apply in my learning, I also supervise some projects, film projects. And then I was happy because my students made it and they got promotion on that. Because of me, their supervisor on what? Creativity, applying creativity in their projects. So with this, I would like to encourage all of you to engage with creativity and innovation. As you can see there from the flyer, I can create, I can design my own hair, I can plait myself. That is creativity on its own. I also design some flyers, some posters, some adverts. So I'm really glad for being invited to this platform. Thank you, Dr. Caroline Makaka. Thank you for the invitation, and thanks to everyone here. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. When we speak of creativity, we're actually looking at things that, you know, they are abstract. But like you said, Gloria said, even doing your hair, simple things, which we don't even look at. Now, that has actually changed my perspective. So we have to be more creative. And also, don't forget to put your details for us, please, so that we can reach out to you. Thank you. And please, thank you for all of us for keeping to 2 minutes. It's very essential so that everybody can have a say. The next person to call is Ambassador Iroma Ofotube. Is she okay? If not, I'll go and call Janet Vijed. Janet.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you very much. I'm really humbled to the leadership of LOANI Africa for nominating me as a champion of change. Indeed, I believe I am one of them, and I have done a little in my community. I am Ambassador Janet Vijedi, representing LOANI Kenya. That's from Kenya. I am one of the participants who are very passionate about transforming the world through professional training for sustainable growth and development. As a professional leader in the education sector, I believe that education is the backbone of growth and development of either an individual or a community or even the whole globe. Without education, probably some of the countries would not be where they are. Probably even you and I would not be where we are. I have a background in education. I trained as a teacher, and I believe if my teachers had not done their best, had not used creativity, had not used innovation, because I believe there are some teachers who were trained quite some time ago, and yet we have had so many changes. There are so many emerging issues. If these teachers are let to continue using the same methods that they trained with or they were trained in, then they would not innovate our countries or the globe or even just individuals. And therefore, as an educationist, I believe that I also need to be trained in order for me to share the skills and the knowledge that I have acquired to support even the teachers who are teaching our young generation. And therefore, in my community, I have also an organization I call Global Innovate Education. This organization has helped me to bring together teachers of all levels, right from pre-primary, primary, secondary, basic education generally, to bring them together and help them to come up with innovative strategies to bring change even in the education system. Thank you so much. I wish we had all the time to share more. I have learned quite a lot from the previous speakers, and I'm sure we are going to continue sharing. Thank you so much, even for bringing me on board.
Hello. Please, can you mute your phone? Sorry, Janet, thank you for sharing with us how you do transformation leadership through education. I like the fact that you are so passionate about education, So once you are passionate, and that's where your money comes from, because once you are passionate, you can change others. I could see that in the way you spoke. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and remember, we have just over 100 people to encourage, and we would like you guys to stay. Please stay, because we have over 100 people here today. Some are coming, some are going, but please stay. And the next person I'd like to call, if she's still around, is Ambassador Iroma Ofotube. I don't know if she's here. If you'd like to unmute and share your story.
I'm here.
Hey!
Can you hear me? Hello, It's so nice again. I'm so excited seeing myself in my family. This is my tribe. Thank you so much for this opportunity once again to share with you the great work we are doing in Africa. I am Ambassador Iroma Ofotube, the Africa Leader of Change in LOANI. So I want to appreciate Professor Caroline Makaka for finding me worthy for this award. Yes. So I am that woman that rose from pain to passion to purpose. So I want to share a little bit. Some of us have already heard about my story, but I am the founder of Thyroid Awareness and Support Initiative. Leading change in Africa is crucial for improving healthcare outcomes and achieving health goals. So this is where we are focused on empowering women on the need to prioritize their health, especially as it concerns so many gender-specific diseases As a thyroid disease survivor, I have taken it upon myself to empower women in Africa with enough knowledge. We all know that in Africa, our belief system is a very big minus to knowledge. It's a very big challenge to gaining knowledge because we attach so many myths and superstitions to certain illnesses, especially as it concerns women. As I survived thyroid disease, when we talk about creativity, I had a very terrible experience for 6 years. And it was a disease that is attached so many evil or so many misconceptions. So it takes one person. Africa is the next big thing in the world. So we have to come together. It takes only one person to make a change. The singular fact that I took a bold step to come out to inspire, to educate, to create awareness on a disease that is killing women in Africa is very, very common, but unpopular. So to expose and escalate the awareness has changed a lot of lives. We have a community of thyroid disease patients and other gender-specific diseases in Africa, in Nigeria here, and we empower them. So many of them have been stigmatized, dejected, and all that. So we have a community of women that we empower with knowledge and also empower them economically, because some of them, because of their illnesses, they've been displaced from their source of livelihoods. So when we empower them, we support them to get back and become well again, and also teach them all they need to do about their health, mainstreaming and focusing on the global goals, because we are getting there. Africa is the next big thing. So let me congratulate every one of us that is creating the leading change in Africa. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of selflessness. It takes a lot of passion. It takes, in the midst of where the leaders, they don't care what is happening to the citizens, we take it up by ourselves to change the narratives. It takes only one person to make a difference. So I want to congratulate every one of you. And we are also open to collaboration because of that singular action I took to motivate people, to inspire people, to tell them that this disease should not kill you. Other African countries have taken up the awareness of thyroid disease in some parts of Africa, like Kenya, Ghana, and all that. Just because I took that step, we all can do it in other areas. There are so many problems to solve in Africa. Do not relent. Like Dr. Dobby said, God has given us a lot to do for us. We should stop talking about bad of Africa. We can do it. God has invested a lot of potentials in us to drive change and make Africa a model to other Western countries. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much, Dr. Opotobe. Thank you for sharing with us your story, because what is happening is like they said, if you don't change your thoughts, you will still be in the same place you are. So we need to change our thinking. All the heroes that come here today, all they did was change one thing, and that is their mindset and thinking. And I know sometimes being a hero could be a lonely walk, because sometimes people don't support you. Initially, when you start, they laugh at you, they mock you. But when they see that they say, "Are you still doing that thing?" You say, "Yes, I'm still there." Then they now start to respect you. So I have to say that you have done so well by sticking at what you're doing, and that's why we're all here today, so that we can appreciate you. Thank you all. The next person I'd like to call is Reverend Professor Judith Achoka. I hope she's here. Reverend Professor Judith Achoka. Okay. If she's not here, I'd like to call on the next person.
She's locked outside.
Sorry?
The room is full. She tried to come in, but the room was full.
Okay, somebody I'll just, okay, I'd like to call on Kamako Felix. Kamako Felix. Is she here? Okay, let's go to the next one. Kimakwa Godfrey. Kimakwa Godfrey. Okay, let's go to Lou and Dodgin. Lou and Dodgin. I can see you. The floor is yours. Please share your story and your success with us.
Hello, everybody. It's Luann Dudgeon from a very sunny and a beautiful weather Cape Town in South Africa. 10 to 7 p.m. and the sun is still shining. It's still daylight outside. I'm an accountant by profession and a business development coach and a mediator. And about a year ago, just over a year ago, I started a nonprofit organization where I saw the great need to teach people to start their own businesses. I realized that with the high unemployment rate in our country and people struggling really to find employment and, job opportunities, we really needed to find an alternative solution. So I started through the Humanity Heal Foundation, which is our organization, to offer free business coaching classes where I coach people of all backgrounds to help them start their own businesses and fight the great fight against poverty. Currently, I've got 57 students in a small rural community, informal settlement here in Melkbosstrand called Wolverrivier. And we've seen such great success of people really changing their lives. From literally teaching them basic accounting, teaching them that turnover is not profit, to not use the money coming in from every sale to go buy bread and tomatoes, but to save it and, buy your products, and about costing. And it's really, really changed people's lives. We also have this coming Tuesday, we are observing International Men's Day internationally. And for the first time since 2006 in South Africa, we will be having an event observing International Men's Day. And I've got 30 men receiving Positive Male Role Model Awards for their impact in the community. I've realized that in our country, especially, people are so focused on gender equality and on women empowerment that they have literally forgotten about the men. Women have become the biggest bullies and they have pushed men aside. Men has lost that masculinity, and they feel that they've lost their place in society. So I've made it my mission to teach women and men how to collaborate with each other in business, in the corporate world, in society, and to show our men that, we see you, you are here, we appreciate you. And I'm not forgetting about all my women empowerment activities that I've been involved with LOANI for the last 5 years. And I will always continue doing that. But for now, this coming week, men will be my focus point. And that's me in a nutshell. Thank you very much for this, and congratulations to everybody. It is really, really an honor. I want to thank Shamila in her absence for nominating for this award. She has really changed my life so much. And I would not be where I am today if it was not for Shamila. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Luann Dodgin, for sharing with us what you do And also, you touched on a very important topic, which says that, that about all the gender equality things, I know I know there's a lot going on, but for once I could hear somebody thinking differently, because it's not the only women, the same men you are prosecuting, you want to marry, and you want your children to get married. So how are we going to have a balance if we don't educate correctly? So it's, if you have sons as well, these people protesting, they have sons. So I think having somebody to teach will be better, so that they can make good husbands as well, or good partners in business. And anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, the next person I would like to invite to share the story is do we still have Reverend Professor Achoka here? Because I missed out some people. And also Kamaku Felix and Kimakwa Jeffrey. Okay. The next person I'd like to call is Dr. Maria Gioko. Dr. Maria Gioko. Okay.
Thank you very much.
The floor is yours. Share with us your story and your success. And please put your details on the chat so that we can know how to reach you, please. That's for everyone. Dr. Gioko, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. It is Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here with you today. It's a moment to reflect on the impact of education and the power of community for me. I stand before you not just as Dr. Maina Gioko, but as a teacher educator, a learning teacher who believes that change begins with empowering those who inspire learning every day. That's our teachers. Throughout my journey, I've worked to bridge the gap between policy and practice, designing inclusive curricula, mentoring educators, and integrating technology into classroom across Africa. One of my proudest moments has been working along teachers in marginalized areas to bring professional learning directly to their hands.
Sorry, it's the network. I hope we can still get.
Can we get the handheld devices? This effort didn't just end in rich lessons. It opened doors to collaboration, self-reflection, a tool for equity action. It demands passion and action. To my fellow educators, leaders, and change makers, let us continue amplify every voice and reimagine what.
Maybe you can give him time to organize his network.
When we invest in one another. Together, we are not just teaching, we are shaping.
The network is really.
Dr. Adoba, let me reach out to him. If you can call somebody else so that he can organize himself.
Okay. Can we call the next person is Mandy Pojeta. Mandy, are you here?
Hi, yes, I am. Sorry. Hello.
Sorry.
Good evening.
Yeah, the floor is yours.
I'll switch my video on briefly, and then if you don't mind, I'll switch it off because my phone isn't working that well at the moment.
Okay, yeah.
Good evening, everybody. Hi, from South Africa, Johannesburg. Hello. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm really honored to be here with you all and to hear all your wonderful, interesting stories. I'm a Microsoft SharePoint specialist, and I put my little story in the chat, but basically what I do is I help organizations manage their content, and I also have a passion for education, for healthcare, and using SharePoint for those purposes, to manage content and to educate and to train people. I'm also very passionate about computer literacy and literacy, and I love sharing knowledge, and I love technology. And most recently, since last year, the beginning of last year, I've become very involved with AI tools and also helping people to understand how AI works, the good and the not so good, and how to use it responsibly, and how it can be used very effectively for productivity. And I'm a very passionate animal advocate as well. I also do some animal rescue, and I'd love to network with like-minded people and work on projects that can empower and change people's lives.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Pojeta, for sharing with us what you do. And it's quite interesting that you help organizations manage content and change people's life. That's somebody very passionate about competing. We need more people like you to help change Africa. Thank you so much. So that they can use it for better, not to scam people.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for sharing with us, and we appreciate what you do. The next person we like to call is Dr. Marian Namayana. Dr. Marian, are you here?
Yes.
The floor
Can you
is
hear
yours.
me?
Yes, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Good evening, good morning, across the globe. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you, Dr. Caroline Makaka and Winfred Gitonga, for your invitation. I'm from Kenya, Masai Land, Masai Mara. I do beadwork to help girls and women. We do together with them and sell them through online. Once we sell the items, the girls get education, and we buy them sanitary towels, and the ladies get money to use in their families, like taking care of their kids. So that's our work, and we are looking forward to collaborate with many people across the globe to help the poor in Kenya, so that the children and the boys too can get education and be the change for tomorrow. And thank you so much for having me here. Together we can do better. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing what you do with us and about the beadwork. And the result of that is using it to help the girls buy their sanitary products. That is incredible. Thank you so much for that. You've really contributed a lot. Thank you. And as we move along, the next person I like to call is Dr. Mireli Tulekima. Dr. Mireli Tulekima. Are you here, Dr. Mireli Tulekima? Okay. We can call Monica Makia Zonzi. Monica Makia Zonzi. Are you here?
Thank you so much for having me. Let me just switch on my camera. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Am I audible enough?
Yes, yes.
Hello, everyone. Am I audible enough? Okay,
yes,
thank you so
we
much.
can hear you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, CEO and founder of LOANI, Professor Caroline Makaka, here present, the chairperson for Africa, Dr. Winfred. All protocol observed. Greetings, LOANI members. It's an honor to be here. Thank you so much for recognizing me and awarding me as Africa Creative a hero. I'm very grateful. My name is Monica Makia Zonzi. I am a transformative young leader and an advocate with the Initiative for Social Advancement in Malawi, in the southern region of Malawi. I am passionate and work on transforming lives of children, adolescents, young people, women, and engaging men and boys for transformative masculinities and the community at large. Our main objectives for the organization are one, education, where we have complementary basic education, where we get school dropouts and return them to school. So we start them at the youth center, where we give them capacity to make sure that when they're enrolled back to primary school, they should be at least be enrolled in an upper class. We also have an objective for health, environment or climate change and natural resources, humanitarian response. In the previous cyclone Fred, which we had, we hosted 8,000 people and we were able to feed them throughout the day and the days we hosted them at the facility where we have, which is a safe space for young people and people in the community. We also work with women and men in economic empowerment, livelihood security, human rights and protection, and work camps. We also have a safe space for young people called the Mad Purpose Youth Learning Center, where we have not less than 200 young people accessing different activities every day. I'll share the link, I think, after my presentation so that you can able see the work that we've been doing. So I'll share our Facebook link for the organization I work for so that you can also appreciate the kind of work that I've been doing in our community. And every day we have different sporting activities which we offer to young people. These sporting activities which we offer includes social and professional development. We have lots of young people who have come from our youth center. We're now actually playing for the national team of Malawi, and girls as well. There was a famous girl, the goalkeeper, which we're able to made us proud previous months ago. She actually trains at our youth center. We also train young people in vocational skills. We have ICT trying to bridge the digital divide for young people. Mostly young people in Malawi, they start using computers or a laptop either at secondary school level or at the university. So us as an organization, we're trying to bridge that gap by providing ICT training and skills for young people that we have in our community. We also use sports to reach out to young people and creating awarenesses. For instance, if there's an issue that is actually challenging to the young people, we also use sports to make sure that we reach out to the young people with different messages regarding to the challenge that they're encountering. Or if you want to share information in the community, we also use sports as a means to reach out to the young people. We have a mobile application which we are currently using to make sure that young people report on service delivery, either when they're facing challenges or when they want to complement a service which they have received at the facility, which is closer to where we work at. So we mostly allow young people to voice out their opinions to use the mobile application which we have. We also work with boys, as I think two previous speakers have indicated that there's been a huge gap in terms of the provision of skills that we provide to girls and boys. So we also target boys and men to enable them voice out on the issues affecting them. Last year, I think I also shared this report. So last year we registered 256 suicide cases, just half a year, and 226 were males and 30 were females. So we thought it wise to make sure that we also target men with our activities that we that I do at the facility that I work at. We would like to reach out to many young people as possible to transform their lives, not only in my community, but also in other communities that we have in Malawi that are encountering different challenges. We are inviting everyone on this platform who would like to partner with us here in Malawi. I believe as change makers together, we can make a difference globally. As a young person, I'm also one of the beneficiaries from, I once dropped out of school, and then with the platform that I had, I was able to roll back in school, and I'm actually be enrolling for my master's very soon. So I appreciate the platform that I was given, but also I have been able to transform so many lives of young people. Some are now graduates, some are now working, and some actually have established their own businesses that they're running and managing. I would like to thank you so much for recognizing me as African hero. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I will continue to work to transform lives of young people and men and boys here in Malawi and beyond. Thank you so much. God bless you all, leaders. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate all the work we're doing with the young people. And it's interesting that we're just trying to to create a balanced society, because we cannot just focus on the female. The female live with the male, so we have to make sure that everybody is catered for if we want a balanced world. Thank you very much. And then the next, thank you. The next person I'd like to call as somebody that they are Dr. Gioko, Dr. Minor Gioko, because he didn't have network.
Pepa,
He's come back
mabanga
again.
presentation the meeting.
Can you mute your phone, please? So can I speak to can I give him the floor is yours, Dr. Minor Gioko. You can come again.
Unmute yourself, sir.
Unmute yourself first.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dabi. Thank you for that. It's an honor to be here with you today. A moment to reflect on the impact of education and the power of community. I stand before you not just as Dr. Minor Gioko, but as a teacher educator and a learning teacher who believes that change begins with empowering those who inspire learning every day, our teachers. Throughout my journey, I have worked to bridge the gap between policy and practice, designing inclusive curriculum, mentoring educators, and integrating technology into classrooms across Africa. One of my proudest moments has been working alongside teachers in marginalized areas to bring professional learning directly to their hands through handheld devices. This effort has enriched their lessons. They have opened doors to collaboration, self-reflection, and sustainable growth. In every classroom, every workshop, and every conversation, I've witnessed how teachers transform not just minds, but their entire communities. Together, we have created spaces where diversity is celebrated, every child feels seen, and education becomes a tool for equity and opportunity. Change doesn't require perfection. It demands passion and action. To my fellow educators, leaders, and change makers, let us continue to nurture compassion, amplify every voice, and reimagine what is possible when we invest in one another. Together, we are not just teaching, we are shaping the future where every child, every teacher, and every community thrives. I'd like to thank Dr. Christine Owini for the nomination, and thank you very much, Doc.
Thank you so much. I like your passion about the change. It's not just about changing, it's about building a better future. Thank you so much, and thank you for coming back. You are quite welcome here. Yeah, thank you. And in moving forward, I'd like to call on the next speaker, who is Please, can you all stay till the end so that we can all support one another? Can I speak, call on Moses Tala? Moses Talia. Moses Talia. Is he here? If not, we move on to Naomi Shivali. Naomi Shivali. Otherwise, move on to Dr. Patricia Gonde. Dr. Patricia Gonde, are you here?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Okay. Good. A lovely day to you all. I'm Dr. Patricia Gonde from Zimbabwe. I'm the LOANI chairperson for Zimbabwe. And besides that, I am a board member of Emerald Education Services, and I am chair of various organizations, international and local. And besides, I'm also an author. A book on the Amazon it's a motivational book, Glide on Your Wings Like an Eagle. I've also co-authored 2 books with various women from across the globe. One called Women Making a Difference and one called Women Living Fearlessly. I am the founder of Girls Leading Our World. It's a support group for girls leading our world, where I empower girls here in Zimbabwe, especially those who are coming from marginalized communities and those who have problems, providing educational provisions, holding webinars with them, empowering them. Because you know that in some areas here in Zimbabwe, we are talking about child prostitution, we are talking about leaving school early, we are talking about forced marriages, we are talking about early marriages. And this is caused mainly because of their parents forcing them into early marriages. Maybe they are coming from different religious sectors. So we empower the girls so that at least they have a voice, they can stand for themselves. They can also prioritize education. So that is one of the work that we do as Girls Leading Our World. And also capacity building for the youth here in Zimbabwe, holding webinars, seminars. And I am proud to say that I'm also a mentor, a volunteer mentor as well, with youth in leadership, Sierra Leone optics teacher training, where I do some training of teachers. And these teachers are coming from different countries across Africa, from Sierra Leone, Liberia, Gambia, Ghana, Zimbabwe, Nigeria, Malawi, Cameroon. So where we collaborate and we share also. This is through also my support group called Heartfelt Teachers Network. I have also, like I said, I've also helped numerous girls to realize their dream. Like I said, through educational provisions, and some of them have also finished university level. And I have spearheaded various sustainable environmental projects as an SDG ambassador. And I have done so many projects with students, for example, for recycling, and they've won global awards, and being victors here in Africa, the only people in Africa to win such awards. We have also done promoted STEM projects, science exhibition projects, cleanup campaigns, supporting the environment. And this is done also through my role as head of academics of a school here in Zimbabwe, where we also empower our children also to support the underprivileged. We have done so much work, especially in helping the underprivileged, Kasipiti Children's Home, Tichakunda Children's Home, Bumuzo Old People's Home. We are empowering our children so that at least they can also give a hand. I've also organized cultural exchange programs where students have gone not only here in Zimbabwe, but they've gone in different countries. We are talking about India, we are talking about Spain, we are talking about Portugal. Last year, we were at COP28 with some of the girls whereby they were presenting. So this is empowerment that I am doing with students. And also, we're also working with some communities. We know that some communities, they've got problems of nutrition, whereby we are empowering them to have community orchards so that at least they get nutritious foods. And also besides that, SDG projects in those communities, growing trees and so forth, cleanup campaigns. And I'm part of one of the group here in Zimbabwe called Ladies with a Purpose, whereby we also meet and we share different projects. Some have even bought stands, some have even bought cars. So we collaborate with these women. So this is what I am doing here in Zimbabwe. I can spend the whole day talking. So this is part of what I am doing here in Zimbabwe and globally. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing what you do and helping children. Especially early marriages problem is actually in Africa, in other parts of the world, but we need to focus on Africa because we want to change it. Other parts of the world can also change it so that children can have a better future. Thank you. The next person that I would like to call is Ambassador Fanuel Ondele. Oh, Patricia, okay. Can you just hold on? Ambassador Dr. Patricia Gonde, can we, because I've already called you before. Have I called you?
Yes, I was speaking
Sorry,
right
yeah,
now.
the next person, sorry. The screen is Ambassador Fanuel Ondele. The floor is yours. I've actually seen you. Is Ambassador Ondele here?
Yes, unmute.
Unmute so you can speak.
He was in the room. He's there. Manuel, please unmute yourself.
Okay. If she's not near the phone.
Let me call him.
Can I call Reverend Phyllis Masinde? Meanwhile, Reverend Phyllis Masinde. Okay. Can I call Dr. Peris Siamanta? Dr. Peris Siamanta? Is Ambassador Ondele still around? No? Okay. Can I call on Dr. Priscilla Nduku? Okay.
Yes,
Apostle Dr.
She's there.
Who's that?
Dr.
Hello? Priscilla is present.
Oh, Dr. Nduku, yeah? Yes, Dr. Nduku.
Hello,
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. We'll come back to you, Mr. Ondele.
Okay, my name is Fanuel.
Okay, fine.
I'm the director at the Global Alliance for Sustainability in Education. And specifically what we are doing is promoting education for sustainable development in schools and in communities. So we have a program called Environmental Discipleship. And in this program, what we are focusing on is training young people to be environmental champions. What we expect them to do is to have the ability to create innovations that promote sustainable development. How we are doing this is we have a number of activities. One that we have done recently is the West audit, and the West audit would mean that we're introducing the young people to a sphere in which they can understand that if we have to create solutions to many of the challenges associated to sustainable development, we have to do it from an evidence-based background. And so specifically what we are doing is introducing the young people to this kind of information or systems and programs. So environmental discipleship is about creating disciples of the environment. And we are doing this not just to young people, but we are also doing it to educators in schools and any other ESD enthusiasts. So what we've done, we have been having online meetings on Zoom every Sunday from 7:30 to around 9. And on this specifically, we've been building capacity or just training educators on different aspects of sustainable development, and specifically the educational part, the education for sustainable development. And this has been very encouraging and overwhelming. We've had an impact in close to 200 schools in Kenya. And our meetings are actually global meetings because we have got people from different countries. But what we are doing next year, we are introducing a magazine to the schools and also relaunching our program in the schools. And this is the basis upon which we are calling any person who is interested in sustainability, especially the innovation for sustainable development, to be part of this journey as we create change in schools, in communities, and globally. Thank you.
Ada, you're on mute.
Dr. Andele, are you still there? Thank you
He's
so
the one who's speaking.
Thank you so much. It's good to hear that he's creating environmental discipleship. I have never heard of that, but it is about creating disciples of the environment. Very interesting. We need to find ways to make our continent become better. Thank you very much. Quickly, I have to move on to the next person, who is Apostle Dr. Paris. Apostle
Priscilla.
Dr. Paris. Oh, Dr. Priscilla King.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, I'm here, Paris.
Yes, the floor is yours, Apostle Dr. Priscilla.
No, it's not Apostle Priscilla. We are two. There's Apostle Priscilla Mpesh. I am Dr. Nduku.
Well,
you
I've
had
got
called earlier.
Kingo.
Yes, I'm here. So I don't know who will come first.
No, the Kingo. Sorry, Kirigo.
Oh,
sorry,
Kirigo, yes.
I'm really sorry. Dr. Apostle.
Thank you so
Kirigo, yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm so privileged to be here in this platform. One, I want to thank Professor Caroline Mwakaka for choosing me and nominating me to this. I'm born in Kenya, Nyeri County. I was born out of rape case. My mom, she was raped when she was a young girl, 14 years of age. And so far, so good. God have given me courage to overcome the trauma and the challenges that children undergo when their mothers or when they know they are born out of rape case. I am the president and the founder of Daughters and Sons Beyond Africa International, which is registered under Kenya Societies of Kenya. And the reason why I started this initiative, because my mom have been in prison for the longest time. I have been taking care of my grandmother and my grandfather, and I was able to pick up my broken pieces, and I decided I have to stand and I have to shine and to illuminate in the world. The reason why I started this Daughters and Sons Beyond Africa program and foundation is because of the mental health issues, because my mom, she was so violent, and having
having bitterness and a lot of challenges in life, that there was a poor parenting in my background, that I had to overcome the challenges to become whom I am and to be a good leader. We have been doing things for quite a number of years. I started when back 2017. That is when I started Daughters and Sons Beyond Africa International, and we have impacted so many lives across the group. I have been giving the amputees artificial legs. I have been impacting boy child and girl child, training them and giving them counseling about healthy relationship. And also we are doing the menstruation cup to those women who are in those remote areas, to equip them and to tell them that their life counts and they can make it in life. And also there is a program that we are doing, we are launching next year about economic empowerment of livelihood programs. And this one will touch so many women, where we'll be giving women support, capital, skills, and training, leadership opportunities, and blessing them to become economic agents of community. I believe in leadership. I believe that no matter how background it is, you can stand out, you can be a leader, and you can bring impact across the group. And also we have been doing peace building and conflict resolution programs, where we are going to schools, giving counseling, and also trying to resolve disputes in our community with and trying to integrate the families, those who are in jail and those who are out in jail, and all those people who have been passing through challenges. And I'm so grateful to be in this platform. I want to thank HHL Gitonga for being there for me, and a good friend of mine, that anytime that we need support, we can reach out of her, and she is a good person. I'm so grateful. Thank you, each and every one of you. God bless you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm really impressed that despite what you are sharing with us, that was your background, you've actually started helping others with your daughters and sons, and then sharing with us. What you shared with us is really touching. I mean, usually from part of the country that we come from in Africa, nobody wants to say that they are a rape kid, but you were able to remove that. So, so that, because there are others who have been there, they've been hiding it. And when you hide something, it causes problem for you. And also admitting that your mom is violent. I mean, it's not easy to say all that and poor parenting, but opening the doors to things, we let it go. So I really, if you put your details, we'd like to reach out to you, because I'm sure others would like to reach out to you so that you can change, and would like to support whatever you're doing. Some people here would like to support that. So if you put that in the channel. Thank you so much. Thank you. The next person I would like to call is Dr. Priscilla Nduku.
Finally, thank you. Thank you.
That's all. Sorry. Finally, I like that.
Yes, finally. So I thank everybody, and because of time, I am training.
It's 2 minutes here. Thank you.
Yes. That is why I'm saying I'm going. I'm riding on the already established protocols. Yes. I train in an institution where we impart relevant skills to persons with visual impairment. I did a research while I was there, because I have over 20 years in that institution. And I was able to carry out a research to determine the influence of applicability of competence-based education and training curriculum on acquisition of employable skills among the visually impaired. The other objective was to establish the influence of adaptability of facilities applied in CBET, that is the competence-based education, because this was a directive that all institutions are going the CBET way, and that is giving practical and skill-based curricula. I also try to examine the extent to which the trainer's qualifications influence the acquisition of the employable skills. And lastly, the effect of competence-based education and training on employability rates of visually impaired. So my research was able to establish that we are still behind. When you're talking of trying to impart relevant and suitable skills, do we really have the curriculum? The answer is no. We are yet to sit and design and develop that curricula that will ensure that the skills that we are giving or imparting on our students are suitable for them. They can them self-reliant. So we have tried as an institution, and we have success stories where our students are able to work on themselves. You have a shiatsu, that is a Japanese dry massage, and most of them actually have got employed in hotels, and they've also opened their own all business enterprises. So I'll be able maybe to present in another time so that I give myself ample time to talk on these areas affecting special needs. When we are saying leaving no one behind, I think we are still in Kenya and Ambassador Tina is in Canada, and that is how things are here. When you are talking of the special needs and imparting those relevant skills for self-reliance, we still need a lot and a lot. And the recommendations I'll share once I get time to present to everyone. Thank you so much for this acknowledgement. I really thank God and all the facilitators. Asanteni sana.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ndukumutu, for thank you for sharing with us. You're actually doing a lot of things, you know, in the world for children. Thank you. And please, thank you for keeping it short as well. Try and keep it short so that we can finish on time, please. The next person I'd like to call is Dr. Perry Siamanta. Is she here? Otherwise, I go to Pharmacy Rosemary Uyinwe Aigbobiusa Ehiemwa. Pharmacy Rosemary Ehiemwa. Is she here? No. And quickly we go to Chief Superintendent Ambassador Reverend Dr. Sarah Abba Afari. Is she here? Dr. Sarah Abba Afari. Okay. Let's call again. Dr. Mirella Tulekima. Is she here? What of Moses Talia? Is she here? Let's move on to Naomi Shivali. Yeah. Naomi Shivali. Okay. Reverend Phyllis Mbaside. Okay. Dr. Perry Siamanta. Okay, I've got Shida Daniels. Is she here, Shida Daniels? Is there anyone that is supposed to speak?
I think some of them.
Hi, yes, sorry, it's me. My name is Marissa, and just give me one moment.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, I was just downstairs with them. So I just want to say formal greetings to His Royal Highness and all protocols observed. And thank you for the opportunity to represent Shahida here tonight. My name is Marissa, and I am the HR Director for Roots Financial Services and the First Nation of Chambers. And basically what we do is we believe in the community. It's the bank for the people, where we try and we actually believe in enhancing and ensure that our people are self-sufficient, and then basically at the end of the day to be not who they are, but what they can be and who they should be in South Africa, in the communities. We also I also do have a passion for health and safety in terms of the food industry. And I believe there's a big need in our communities, so specifically with what's been going on in South Africa, whereby, you know, a lot of kids are dying because of poisoning, you know, food poisoning and the incorrect protocols in health and safety. And I believe I can actually provide a big value of training and development within the communities with regards to that as well. Ada.
Okay. Oh, we've lost, I think, the network. Thank you so much, Marisa, for sharing with us about what you do. Thank you to all our African heroes. We'd like to call on the next person, which is Shada Daniels. Shada, the floor is yours, please. If you can share with us what you do and...
She's the one who was speaking now.
Is that... No.
Yeah. She was speaking on her behalf.
Okay, okay. Can we call on Honorable Shem Okota, please?
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Shem Okota. I'm the founder and CEO of Evolve Logistics here in Kenya. I'm also the owner of Evolve Eco Crew that deals with cleaning of rivers here in Nairobi.
Yeah.
The current CEO of Kenya Football Funds in Kenya, and also the patron of Kibera Lexus Football Club. Apart from that, in Africa, I'm the founder CEO of Universal Evolve. We got an opportunity when the COMESA countries came together to give us a platform to do business. We realized that the politicians were not giving the member states that attention as far as business is concerned. So we've come up with an ambitious project to be present in all the COMESA countries. We are 21 countries in COMESA, which is 2/3 of African continent with over 600 million people.
Wow.
So we have brought all these countries together. So far, we've registered our own offices in 11 countries. In the next 2 months, we'll have the additional 10, and we'll be the first country to be present in all COMESA countries on matters logistics and other business. No one else has done that one, and this will help us to alleviate poverty in each country. We'll also support the socially disadvantaged groups in the respective countries. So briefly, that is what I do, inventing and ensuring African trades with itself. We have a program whereby 104 manufacturing companies in Egypt have already subscribed with us, and we'll be organizing exhibition in every country every year. So that will really have an impact in the African continent. Thank you very much. And I have to shout out to Professor Makaka. We also have all the members, Dr. Christine, Ambassador Winfred, for their support. Thank you very much. And you're welcome to Kenya when the time comes. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for inviting us to Kenya, Honorable Shem Okota. We'll be coming to Kenya. And, you know, for your work that you do, that is very interesting. Thank you for all the help you've been doing. And I'd also like to thank all the African heroes. We just have a few more people left. And I'd like to call on Pharmacy Rosemary Ehemwa. Pharmacy Rosemary Ehemwa, the floor is yours.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Everyone from London, Ontario, Canada.
Yeah, good morning.
It is a great honor, you know, for me to be called, you know, for this program. What I do, you know, here in London, Ontario, Canada. What I do here in London, Ontario, Canada, I run an organization for the Nigerian women in Canada, and also the organization of the Black Community Employment and Empowerment Services. The Black Community Employment and Empowerment Services, I started that because when I came into Canada, I felt like, oh, once you reach Canada, the jobs were there, everything was, fine, not like in Africa. But I was surprised, to see that my people from the Black community, they were really suffering, Most of them didn't have jobs, and a lot of them had so much expectation that, when they come here, they were going to get job. And I felt, very bad, so I felt like, because in Africa, in Namibia, where I was working as a pharmacist for 12 years, I was running an organization, Rosemary Ayema Foundation, for the less privileged women and youth. So what I used to do then was, like giving them skills, training them on little skills that they could actually just use and then start a business, So I felt that that was also needed right here in Canada, So then I started this, the Black Community Employment and Empowerment Services. So the same thing I was doing in Africa, empowering the young women, is exactly what I'm doing here now. So we have, we do cooking training courses. We do, how to plait our traditional hair, the traditional, because, as African, our hair is different. So we have traditional hair training, courses, And then also people sewing, we also have this where we teach people how to sew, like the cooking, the traditional cooking training courses. Our meals are unique in Africa, although there's a lot of diversity. So we do that cooking training courses to, to kind of incorporate the different parts of Africa, just to empower, our women. And then for the employment services, I started to liaise with a lot of employers, so that they'll be able to give jobs, to the Black community. So what I do, I organize, job fairs, quarterly job fairs, where we bring a lot of employers, to our community, job fairs. But then because we do not discriminate, it's open to everyone in Canada, and then they have the opportunity, to meet directly with the employers, and if they are qualified, they get employed. So those are some of the things, that be contributing, to the community, in Canada. And then we do a lot of workshops, women empowerment training workshops, youth empowerment training workshops. We hold seminars for resume training, for newcomers who just came in. Because the way, the resumes are structured here in Canada is a bit different from the way it was when we were in Africa. So we give them that opportunity, so that, they have their resume, in such a way that they will really be it will be attractive to employers, So we go beyond that to discuss with employers, like what do they really need, to get our people employed, I can just cite, I don't want to talk too much. I don't know how long I have, but I just want to cite one example, of my relationship with an employer, during one of the job fairs, to let you know the advantage of we organizing these job fairs ourselves. So there was a lady, from one of she organizes after, her company organizes after school and before school children program. So like, because of parents, who don't have people to help them, they look for where to put their children, before they go to work, and some in the evenings. So she had vacancies for like 100 people, because she said that they were employing people nationwide. And then when she started, there were a lot of people there. And then she told me, said, Rosemary, I've not been able to get one candidate, since that is qualified for that. When I asked them, when I interviewed them, do you have experience, with children? Have you ever taken care of children before? Most of them would say no. She said, all I just needed from these people were to say, okay, you know, I haven't worked with any child institution, but, you know, I am a mother, I've raised some children, you know, I know how to change their diapers, you know, I know how to put them to sleep, you know, I know how to, that these were just some things that she really needed, you know. So I now had to call, you know, most of them to a separate room and say, look, this is what this woman actually needs. It does not mean that you must go to, you know, like a professional school to have a before and after school experience, you know, before you get employed. She just needed experience, you know. Have you, you know, taken care of children before? Is it for your uncle? Is it for a friend? Is it, you know, like that? Just as things that we do at home, you know, these are experiences, you know, that you could modify and say, yes, I have an experience like this in order for you to secure a job. And then eventually, you know, after I called them into a separate room, you know, I spoke with them. Eventually, right there from that job fair, she was able to employ 20 people, you know. So these are some of the things that, I bring to the community, you know, to empower our community, because I feel that this training is really very much needed. So I will stop from here now. Thank you all.
Thank you, Pharmacy Rosemary. I like what you do, because when people travel to other countries, you know, they still go, they just think the countries is thinking differently. It's like they forget to think in a different way. So I like the fact that you are helping those in Canada to become employable and also to live their life. Because can you imagine if you are not there, most of them will just be jobless or be suffering. Thank you so much. Thank you. Just a few people left, and then we'll be closing. Can I have Dr. Sukumoyo? Dr. Sukumoyo, the floor is yours. And you're muted. Unmute yourself.
I'm sorry, my voice is not as good today. I'm not well. Thank you so much. I'm gonna change my name to Adayobi. I don't want Suko. I'll always be at the end. No more. No more. Anyway, I'm Sugumoyo Mackenzie. I'm based in Manchester, but I'm from Zimbabwe, and I work with the youth virtually. As I said, I'm founder of the foundation. Let's talk about it. So we normally support people going through abuse and going through mental health and do some fundraising. But not only that, I believe when it comes to our events, we need to try and empower, not just empower. We need to involve them to have a say. So most of the times, I involve the youth on raising awareness on mental health and abuse, and being advocate has made me exposed to other children who probably they've been posted online who are being beaten or abused in Africa. So I work with the police there. I'll call them. We find, but unfortunately, I've realized that most of the times, especially in our country or in Africa, even if it's been let's say sexually abused, a child who's 10, there is no place of keeping them there. There is no safe place, which is why I was blessed enough to find a stand, which is in Inyati. I'm trying to do a shelter for the abused girls. But apart from that, basically, I advocate for everything. I go to school. This year, I was in St. Columbus, my high school and my primary, talking about mental health and substance abuse. Because I've realized it's one thing that is way too much happening there. And I'm glad to say by the time I left, we had agreed, they said there's going to be a let's talk about it box where everybody going through something or putting, they'll just put a note there anonymously. So, okay, is this thing going that I should stop? Okay, so apart from that, I work with the youth here in England as well, but mostly virtually. We do Zoom. So virtually we support everywhere. They join Zoom. I've made some WhatsApp groups for them. And I'm going to talk about the boy child. Can we not forget the boy child? So my last initiative, I had to introduce not only pads to the girl child, but deodorants and stuff for them to feel, you know, they are loved as well. But I can't say much because I saw Adiobi saying stop, stop, stop. So I'm going to stop.
No, I didn't say stop. I was just saying that it's good to talk about the voice.
Yes, so basically to me, I'm very close to the youth, and for some reason, the youth feel it's openly to speak to me. So I can be a mediator in families. Most of the times you have a parent saying he doesn't listen to her, and then we have the youth saying they don't support me. So in my ways, God-given ways, I manage to speak with all them together so that by the time they are together, they'll realize that, okay, I didn't understand my child on this, or my mom was doing it the right way for this. So just bring them together. And one last thing I'm going to say, being a leader is creating leaders. That's what I believe in, not followers. So we are helping children to be leaders. But last thing, I'm going to say thank you to my fellow leaders. On this last week, we were in a place in London. I was with our Dr. Robbie. I was with Caroline. I was with the host. It was all love. As leaders, we should first extend love to each other before we say we're going to lead. We shouldn't be like, oh, that leader, but there for each other. It was great. And I know I've taken too long, but yeah, I love you. Sugumoya Mackenzie on Facebook, on Instagram, and anyone who wants to collaborate with me when my voice is got no echoed. But yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Suku. What you are talking about today, I've heard a lot about the ball child. And I will encourage some men on this platform. You should support these women that want to help the men, because it's always about women. But if we keep helping only women and the men don't change, what's the point? So I appreciate these women are actually taking on something big. I would like the men as well to help create things that can also help the boy child, because you know what you've been through. People have said, oh, men are angry. But there's something causing this because they are raised by women. So there's either you support these women in what they're doing, and so that it will be better. Thank you.
Oh, can I just say, as an adult, it matters what we say to our boy child. Mom, when father has passed on, your child is not your husband. You start saying, oh, your father is passed on, so you're going to be the father of the house. You have to look after your sister. Even when a child is young, when they fall, act like a man. Think like a man. Men don't cry, act like. It's destroying the boy child. It's destroying our fellow men because they don't say what's in their heart. And because they are angry, it comes out in different ways. Let's support the boy child. Let's support our brothers. Now I'm quiet.
I know you have been quiet, but what you said, they said the truth will set you free. But first of all, it will make you angry. So what you're speaking is the truth, because everybody knows this. But most people will close their eyes and pretend at the end of the day, just like they pretended when Donald Trump was coming. He's here now. And, anyway, I'm not going to politics, but we have to speak the truth. Okay. And the next one, I think it's about 2 people more. Thank you, Suku. We have Yonki Gonde. Yonki, are you here? Okay, I could see a lot of people saying thank you for remembering the girl child, the boy child. Can I also call
Hello, Dr. Clark. Sorry, hello.
Yonki Gande, thank you. The floor is
thank you.
Share your story with us. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Thank you so much, Dr. Caroline Makaka. Well, today I am before you as an advocate for youth empowerment. For years, I've dedicated myself to educating and inspiring young minds, and I'm really honored to share my journey with you. Well, as we all know that the youth are the architects of our future. By empowering them, we unlock their potential to drive positive change. Through educational awareness, I've seen young people break from limitations and challenge societal norms and become leaders in their communities. My focus has been on critical issues such as like breast cancer awareness. For instance, last month we held in October, it was breast cancer month, and we held a breast cancer awareness whereby we managed to empower many youth about breast cancer. Apart from that, I've been also working in supporting transition, as I am a social worker by profession, and normally I deal with children who are now transitioning from childhood to adulthood. For instance, I work with children with disabilities, and normally when we are supporting them or helping them into transitions, I'll be looking at the resources that they need in terms of linking them with resources. And by doing that, I've found so much passion and happiness and joy. Besides that, the other thing that I've been working with the youth is counseling and offering social cycle support. As we all know that in Zimbabwe, we've got high rate of unemployment, and sometimes it can be really difficult for the youth, and that's where counseling comes in, and social cycle support, whereby we'll be helping them to cope with those challenges and to also link them with resources. And to amplify my reach, I've leveraged on power of the internet and technology through online platforms, social media, and digital tools. I've connected with youth and children in need of counseling and social cycle support. This has enabled me to provide access to children who are in marginalized communities. With this, I thank you so much to all the organizers, to you, Dr. Caroline Makaka, to everyone who is here. Continue doing the good work. And yes, this is it. Thank you so much. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Yonki Gonde, for talking to us about this. I like the fact that you said you have to break from limitation to become leaders. You're teaching them that. That is very good, because all we need is, all Africa need is a change of mindset. If you want to change, we have to change our thinking. And also for your support for breast cancer awareness support. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. The next person I have is a King Senogzi. King, the floor is yours. Our King, the floor is yours. Is he around, the King?
I saw him coming. I don't know if he left again.
Okay. He's in. Me just.
We also have Teresa, Dr. Teresa. Or probably we have Dr. Teresa. Yes, you can. While we wait for the King, Dr. Teresa, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you so much. And I also want to say thank you for LOANI for nominating me, and also the award. My name is Dr. Teresia, LOANI Women's and Girls Project Chairperson in Kenya. I'm also the director for another organization that I lead in Kenya called Baraka Women's Center that has 4 branches, Nairobi, Kiambu, and some other parts of the country. The mission of my organization has been to empower disadvantaged and vulnerable women, girls, youth recovering from alcohol and substance abuse. My vision has been that no woman, no girl, child, no youth in need should be left behind, and that the unity of empowered will foster beneficial and enduring change in their communities. The organization has been open for all communities to join and also to benefit. What we have been doing, especially through this empowerment, we have been training all these youth through vocational skills. We provide 4 programs, that is hairdressing and beauty. We have the dressmaking, fashion and design. We have computer program, and also we have beadwork. And also we do a lot of mentorship. Why did I open this organization? One thing is that I was brought up in a place, a land that was very far from Nairobi, and that was a nomadic land. And I encountered a lot of problems when I was young.
because of the culture of the Maasais, you know that most of the girls after at 14 years of age, they undergo FGM and early marriages. And those seem to affect many girls like me. And that is why, even when I grew up, I just decided that I have to go back and try to see how I can save my communities and also my age mates. There is also a time that I struggled with with alcoholism. I was at an age of I think 25 years, and I really struggled with alcoholism. After that, I went to the college and I learned about addiction. I became an addiction counselor, and finally I opened a rehabilitation center for boy child. Now what we have been doing in that rehabilitation center, we have been empowering those youth. After they we empower them, we train them on vocational skills, and also they get jobs. We try to empower them so that they can employ themselves. We have seen a very big impact because the majority of the beneficiaries, they employ themselves. We also even give them some equipment to go and start their own jobs. And also they even get good jobs because we even offer them with the certificates. I want to say that I have been empowered more and also mentored by LOANI with the many programs that we have been having. And I also invite other partners to come to Kenya. We work together because, in LOANI, we do not compete, but we complete each other. So I'm inviting everyone who would like to come. We work together because this work is too big, but with everyone, we are able. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We actually love the way you empower people and what you do. That was very awesome. Thank you so much. Please, can you leave your details with us because some people would like to partner with you or contact you. Just put your details on the chat on how we can reach you. Okay, thank you. And the next person, just 2 people left, is King Sinodize. I hope I pronounced it right. King Sinodize, the floor is yours. Is the king in? I saw him coming. Otherwise, I will call on Uwandu Ikechukwu. Ikechukwu.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I've been waiting. I was hoping I was going to come in earlier. Good afternoon. My name is Augustine Uwandu. I'm Nigerian, but I live in London, Ontario. I'm a financial analyst and also a business analyst. I've been in the financial space for over a decade before I moved to Canada. I moved to Canada in 2022, and then I've been settling as an international student. I noticed that a number of new people moving into Canada from Nigeria and some other African countries had challenges settling down. So I co-founded a group where we provide the resource for people that are coming in afresh to Canada, from information about accommodation, job opportunity, healthcare opportunities, and all that. And then over the last 2 years, we've been able to make an indelible impact in the society, such that the Nigerian community have given me recognition, and even some other MPs in the neighborhood. For me, I've always believed that collaboration is better than competition. We look at how we can collaborate together as a people, as an entity, in ensuring that we provide an enabling ground for everybody to survive in Canada, taking into consideration the fact that we're new to the environment, to the culture, to the food and all that. So far, so good. We've been able to impact our society positively, and everybody is already settling down without having any major issues. And then for us as leaders, I want to encourage us to be able to get that desired change as a leader. There are a number of skills, there are a number of capacity you need to have as a leader, and those are resilience. You need to also have integrity, self-awareness, courage, respect, compassion, and more importantly, effective communication. If you have all this as a leader, that will enable you reach out to the people you are providing leadership for, and then get the desired goals and objectives. I don't want to take much of our time. Thank you for the opportunity, and have a beautiful day.
Oh, thank you, Austin Uwandu. for talking to us, it's like there's somebody else that is doing something in Canada, and they're all, it's about helping others come. That means that you all left your own life to help others. Can you imagine? And you said that collaboration is better than competition. Because if you collaborate to help others, like you said, when people come, you show them how to find job, they are settling and everything. That is a lot of things you're doing. Thank you for that.
Thank you for the opportunity. Yes, the person you talked about is pharmacist Rosemary. When I came into Canada newly, I worked with her for a while as the coordinator for international students with the Black community. So I would say I got my tutelage from her organization. She actually trained me. And then, like I speak now, my platform has over 1,300 Africans that I provide this resource for. And all this is done for free.
Yeah. Oh, can you leave your details on in case somebody wants to reach you or somebody wants to recommend their family member to you?
It's okay. I'll do just that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yes, and I think our last person is the King Senadozi. The King, the floor is yours. King Senadozi from South Africa. King Senadozi.
He said his network is bad.
His network is bad. I know, yeah. Zulu, the area.
Yeah, I think he's in Ghana. Okay, I think that's it. If there's anybody.
Is there anybody that hasn't spoken? Or after that, we can ask people if they want to contribute
Hello.
one or two things. Is there anyone that hasn't?
Hello.
Yes, okay. Sarah.
There's Tendai. I don't know whether she's...
Sarah.
Tendai.
Yeah, the floor is yours. You can speak.
Hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning.
Yeah,
my name is Sarah from Uganda. I am so humbled to be here today. I want to thank LOANI for the award. I am so grateful. Yeah, I am a founder of a community-based organization called Mothers Initiatives Africa. It's located in Eastern Uganda. Yeah, in Uganda, we have a problem of school dropouts, child marriages, and early pregnancies. So I started this organization so that I can talk to the adolescent girls and tell them the value of education and skill their mothers so that they can improve their incomes and livelihoods. Because in my community also, there are so many vulnerable women. There are many single mothers, there are widows, there are elderly women, there are disabled women. So these people are in a vulnerable state. And if their lives are not changed, there is a vicious circle of poverty. So what I have done, I have established a social enterprise where I skill these women in tailoring and doing some financial literacy to help them save some money aside to help support their orphans in education and even providing other basic materials. Yeah, so in the tailoring session also, we make reusable sanitary pads, which help these girls to stay in school and their mothers sell them to get some money to help them earn an income to support their households. Yeah, I want to thank LOANI so much for putting me on this platform because it is ensuring that our organization is getting visibility and we are open to collaboration as well. Yeah, I want to thank so much Dr. Karen Makaka for the support and the other LOANI leaders because they have helped us so much. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. Thank you for setting up this organization, Mothers Initiation, that tackles child early marriages and also early pregnancy. This is one of the ways that Africa could be helped because they need to be aware and be able to contribute to the nation, because nobody wants a country that spirals to poverty. So thank you very much for that. As we go along, all the heroes, is there any hero that hasn't spoken today? Before we
Hello.
open the floor to others. Tendai. Okay, Tendai, the floor is yours.
Hello, my name is Tendai from Zimbabwe. I'm the vice chairperson of LOANI, Zimbabwe. I am I work in professionally. I work in labor relations, where I regulate the labor laws in the country and ensure that there is fairness and justice at the workplace. But I'm mostly inclined towards ensuring that there is gender justice at the workplace, and that women who are often disadvantaged because of patriarchal societies and the manner in which women have always been disadvantaged are not abused at the workplace. So I'm involved in making sure that we create gender just policies at the workplace that favor and create equality at the workplace. But aside from my professional work, I am also a writer, and I founded an organization which does arts and culture with my husband, which is called Complete Arts Project Trust. In this organization, we use theater to promote human rights awareness and women rights awareness. So we are often encouraging young people to come and act and drive a message. I'm pleased that I'm speaking now, our play, which focuses on prostitution, sexual harassment, sexual abuse, and gender violence, called Molly Street, was actually at the Market Theatre in Johannesburg at a festival that was being held in Johannesburg, and it was showcased yesterday and today. So these are some of the things that we do. We ensure that if there's something we need to push forward, we use the creative arts to do that. We've been involved in national projects such as championing for the removal of the death penalty in Zimbabwe. And as you may know, the death penalty bill is currently before cabinet. We had a play that we used to bring policymakers to discuss such issues. We've also founded a theatre festival called the Duku Festival, which champions women's rights with a particular inclination towards climate change, to ensure that as we create climate change policies, there is gender justice in how we do that. So this is basically the work that I do in Zimbabwe through arts and culture, and also through ensuring labor rights in my professional everyday work. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for your human rights awareness. I think most of us, apart from business and everything, we need to be respectful of human rights so that society can thrive, because without that human rights awareness, some people don't even know that they have any rights at all. But that needs to be taught, especially in schools, and to women as well. Thank you so much. And even men. Okay. Is there anyone, and is the king still around? I don't know.
No, his network is bad.
Okay, network is bad. Is there anyone that would like to contribute that hasn't spoken? Then we need one or two people that needs feedback, that need to talk about our heroes' achievement, like visitors.
If I may?
Sorry?
If I may?
Yeah.
Shamila Ramjawan, who is also receiving the award, has asked me to read her message, as she is currently traveling and she's unable to attend the meeting.
Okay.
Good evening, esteemed guests. I'm honored to read this message on behalf of Shamila Ramjawan, who is unable to join us today as she's traveling. Shamila has given me this speech to share her gratitude for this incredible recognition, as we are the change, Africa Creative Hero. Through her work as the founder of Princess D. LOANI Menstrual Cup, Shamila has been dedicated to transforming menstrual health management across the globe for the past 8 years. The cup provides an affordable, sustainable solution, empowering young women and girls to manage their periods safely and with dignity. This simple innovation has enabled many to stay in school and pursue their dreams, breaking the cycle of menstrual poverty. Shamila believes that true change comes from challenging societal barriers and empowering individuals with the right tools. The Princess D. LOANI Menstrual Cup is more than a product. It's a beacon of hope and a catalyst for progress in communities across the African continent. Shamila expresses her deep gratitude for this award and remains committed to her mission of ensuring that no girl is ever left behind. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for reading Shamila's Ramila Ramjawan's notes. Shamila is really nice, and we miss her. Thank you. Tell her that she's going to get her award on the 1st of December. Thank you. Yeah. Is there any other person that would like to speak just before we close?
Yes. My name is, okay, somebody else.
Yes. Okay, Elvis. The floor is yours.
Okay, so my name is Elvis Afriankra from Ghana. I'm a politician.
Wow.
I managed the campaign of 2 presidents, and they both won. I'm a former Minister of Sports. I was a Deputy Minister of Local Government and also a Minister of State at the presidency. I also used to be a lecturer at the University of Professional Studies. And currently, I'm a fellow of the Martin R. LOANI Distinguished Fellowship and a diplomat, which is hosted by Delaware State University, the Center for Global Africa. And we are looking at the impact of election financing and the monetization of democracy in Africa. Because I've been involved so much in the whole political system. And I believe that one of the root causes of the problems we have is that every 4, 5, 6 years, depending on the country, whatever we accumulate, we spend a huge chunk of it in elections, and then we come back to square one. So I want to examine how it works in many other African countries and look at best practices and see how we can have a more reasonable, source of finances so that we can minimize the impact of money and monetization of our democracy. I'm also a motivational speaker. I speak mostly in tertiary institutions, universities and polytechnics in the country. And for that purpose, I've written a book, 7 Steps to Fulfilling Your Purpose and Mission in Life, which I share whenever I meet students in the various tertiary institutions. And under the umbrella of elvisinspice.org and the EAA Leadership Foundation. So what I try to do is to bring a new paradigm of leadership, leadership with integrity. When I mention politician, I'm sure your reaction is normal. People don't trust us. People don't believe in us. People think that we are all thieves. So I want to create a new generation and a new culture that you can lead with integrity. But there are systemic and institutional challenges where we have a system where you need to find copious amounts of money to run a campaign. And when you do that, you become vulnerable, ab initio, to corruption. So I want to look at it from the roots and see if there's something we can do about it.
Oh, thank you so much, Elvis. And from what you're saying, you can actually be of help to all the African heroes. We know that you are in the corridors of power, so you can actually help to point some people into the right direction with your influence. Thank you very much. And please leave your details so that people can buy your books or anything. Leave your details on the chat, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and then we also, who else? The floor is open. Who else would like to speak?
Hello, sorry, can I speak on behalf of one of the heroes of change? Because she's facing connectivity here in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Her name is Florence Kayungwa. Florence Kayungwa has got an organization called Living Dreams International founder. She's around 21 years old, and her organization has been advocating for the girl child to access sexual reproductive health facilities, as well as donating sanitary pads to less privileged girls in Hurungu and other communities of Mashonaland West. Florence herself, the project was motivated by her own experiences after suffering menstrual period poverty and shame because of failure to buy sanitary pads. So she came across one of the well-wisher statements saying, "What breaks your heart?" And she reflected on her life, and then that's when she started this organization. She's also a product of Tererai Trent International Foundations, because it is the one that sent her to school. So that's when she said she also wants to empower all those girls who are facing period poverty and to make sure that the girl children receive productive health support during menstrual period. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here with us today.
Oh, yes, you've actually, Patricia, you've actually done her good, because we understood clearly what she's doing with the period poverty, and we'll be able to find those that can support her. And thank you so much. Tell her that she's well loved. I just want to remind you that, thank you, that we have the same event coming up on the 29th of November for the USA. So it's going to be, I'm going to send the links to you guys to come. It's going to be awesome, just like this is Africa. Yesterday we have Asia. Next week we're having USA. As we just mentioned, we have created a legacy, but this is the time for you to speak up, because you might not get this time again. Anybody that speaks will be, we have people that want to connect with them. So is there anybody else that would like to speak, even though you are not part of the award?
Yes, I raised as a new guest in the room. I do not know if I can go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, my name is called Missionary Joshua Audu from Uganda, East Africa. I am so grateful for the founders of this vision. In fact, the concept is so clear, opening up African mindset and identifying potentialities. It is has been a very good thing hearing so many different ideas, but I want to come in with a different idea that I actually invented in Uganda. As a missionary, I came to realize that decades of years we were being given a gospel which was wrong, that you will seek God and God will do things. Yet in the actual reality, the Bible says you will work with your hand and then you get out of your hands. So in that very mindset, I had to create an organization called Action for Youth Challenges with an objective to, one, introduce the concept of gospel with development, where we are training pastors and then we show them how to do the investments, such that they go beyond the box of only believing God is going to do without any activity being carried forward. Number two, when we look at African gap, today in other different parts of the world, in 7 continents, people are now in AI technology, but we are still left behind in analogs. So I've introduced educational concept scholarship that is targeting at raising up the astronaut engineers from African communities, where we are in an idea to see, as Africans, many countries have developed different planets. What have we so far raised? So in that very idea, we have introduced the scholarship that is trying to identify some of the African think tanks, professors, to join us in the board of seeing how we can invent actually the scholarship that looks at raising astronauts, such that we go beyond knowing America, we go beyond knowing UK, we go beyond knowing Canada, then also we get to understand some of the concept of the space. In reconciliation to SpaceX interest as action for youth challenges, we read about the profile of SpaceX showing up interest to take other ordinary people to visit Mars, spaces, and Moon. So we brought in a company that we are targeting to register at the international level, where we are seeking for partners that can help mentor us on digital. We are now not people are now living digital world, going to artificial intelligence. So as African communities, we are still very backward on this. So in case there's any partner here who could mentor us that direction, it would be of a great value. As I summarize, we can discuss certain things here, but I was discussing with a lot of boards of professors, where sometimes we come up with an idea to do innovation and development, but when you look at the government policies, remain a barrier to some of the objectives that we would intend to achieve. So what would it take if this platform could raise us the voice of professors by gathering some of the professors who are redundant, and we form them into the board and say that at least the voices of professors are differently heard in different countries? Don't we think we would be able to come up with the better African policies review?
Okay, we've lost them.
Yeah, Nuru's hand has been up for a long time.
Yes, can we have them?
People.
Joshua, can you finish, wrap it up? Okay.
You can.
Joshua, we can no longer hear you.
Okay,
Joshua.
I think it needs to move.
Okay, can we hear from Nuru, please?
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Adobe, for this opportunity. I continue?
Yeah. Okay. I was summarizing as I wind up.
Okay, summarize quickly.
So we can hear now.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Nuru, can you?
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Daobi, and thank you very much, Dr.
Yeah.
Yes, and thank you very much, Dr. Christine, for the invitation, and congratulations to all the awardees. So I'm Nuru from Little Innovator School, where we are preparing generations for a tech-ruled future. And we are working on SDG number 10, that is reducing inequalities, to try and avoid future poverty caused by the digital divide. So we are reaching out to vulnerable communities, particularly orphans and children in slum areas and in rural areas, over and above reaching out to the other children who can be able to afford the trainings. And what we are doing is helping children, youth and adults to be able to solve common problems within their local communities by applying artificial intelligence, robotics, virtual reality, and other technologies. So we are very much welcoming people to partner with us, whether it is foundations or philanthropists or corporate social responsibility wings within organizations, so that we are able to target at least 1,500 orphans by 2025. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yeah, please, can you put your details? Because robotics, that's what Africa needs. Where are you based?
Thank you, Doc. I'm in Athi River, just near Nairobi, Kenya.
Oh, good. If you put your details there so that people can reach you and support you.
Thank you, Doc.
Yes.
Thank you.
The next person that wants to chip in is Cyrus Kara. Cyrus.
Yes, how are you? Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Cyrus Kihara. Kihara in our community is a bald. Okay,
wow,
so yeah, so I work with Colanet Africa. I'm the founder, and basically what we are trying to do, we are trying to collaborate and network Africans through education, because you understand that if you want to bring together people, you inculcate a culture of oneness when they are still young. So in Colanet Africa, we noted the gap between the rich and the poor starts right in primary school, And according to our research, we noted that most of the African schools are always ranking. There is always a competition when you are still young. It's number one, number two, all the way to number last. And to make the matter worse, you're going to find that number one is given a bigger gift than number two all the way. And you're going to find most of the time, we only motivate the top. This top also develop a culture of selfishness. And this is what we are trying to solve with using what we call collaborative strategies in school to make work easier and also make the learners collaborate and work together so that they don't lose personal belonging when they are still young. So thank you for the opportunity, and may God bless the organizers and LOANI. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And also for noting that problems start, all these things start when they are young, the competition. Thank you so much for noting it. And in this case, since nobody has anything to say, we only align it because this is African Hero, and we know that sometimes people can bring something very important to it. So thank you all for staying this long.
Can I say something?
Yeah, you can, yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. My name is Rose Masese. I was appointed by LOANI as the Director of Women and Girls Training and Education and Training. And I've been a teacher for many years. Then I became a trainer. And I used to help students in science and engineering fair. They were very creative, innovative, come up with ideas, and then they go all the way up to nationals. Then from there, I've worked with the teachers, mentoring teachers, so that they can teach science the right way, because STEM subjects. So that's what we are doing, mentoring teachers. Because some people come from China and ask us, are you really teaching science? It's because the way the way our books are written, and then the way teachers were actually handling these subjects. So we try to encourage hands-on mentoring teachers, 5E instructional models, and then we could see a lot of change in the way science subjects were being taught. Then after that, I've retired, and I'm trying to set up an office here in Kajiado so that I continue mentoring women and girls. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for noting that about the science teaching. And then put your details in so that people can contact you. Okay, just two more people and then we're done. Teresa.
We have Phyllis. I think she was struggling to join. Phyllis Masinde.
Oh, okay. Phyllis Masinde, okay.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Is it my turn already?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Phyllis, okay. Masinde, yeah. Sorry, some people are joining late because they're struggling with the distance. Yeah, the floor is yours, Phyllis.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm so sorry for joining in late. My network was bad. I was in church, actually. I just finished the service, and then I was struggling to get in, and the network was not connecting, actually. So my name is Phyllis Masinde. Kenyan by birth, currently living in Canada and working in Canada as a registered nurse. I'm a graduate nurse from Western University in Canada, but I came to Canada when I had already my degree in nursing back home. And besides that, I'm also an ordained minister with the Anglican Church worldwide. That's why I'm practicing in Canada as well. Well, my work is both married spiritually, professionally, and with community work. So community work is actually part of me. I was born and brought up in a community family back in Africa. You know how families stay. Also brought up in a religious family. So I grew up serving And that actually stemmed in me and rooted in me so deeply. So I do community work here. I support youth, especially immigrants. When they come over here, like in Canada, there's a lot of different things that they very different from back home, including job search skills, resume writing, interview skills, just even just choosing courses that I know can help lead to job market. So I support with that, and I also tag in with my spirituality, so I support them spiritually. I give them the liberty to choose which church they wanna go. They don't need to go to Anglican, but I just bring them spiritually. Also, I do psychotherapies, like different versions of psychotherapy, including the church side and the community side and the professional side. I'm sorry I came late, so I don't know how much people are giving out, but in a nutshell, that's what I am.
Yeah. We do the rest on the 1st of December. We just wanted shots, yeah. But just you can wrap up. Yeah.
Sure.
Hello.
Actually, that's what I can give my contact, so you can.
Yeah, well, you can still wrap up. Because sorry, I not normally we don't cut him, but because just to let you know that you can wrap up.
Hello.
You haven't finished.
Hello.
Someone is raising the hand. Timothy.
Hello.
Yeah, I wanted Phyllis to finish.
I think she finished.
Oh, Phyllis, are you finished?
Hello.
Yeah, she's finished.
Okay.
Yeah.
Phyllis, put your details in. Phyllis, put your details in, okay, in the chat so that we can reach you. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, next one, Dr. Timothy Kilonzo. Is that you?
1 minute. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello. Just 1 minute. Thank you so much for giving me. Thank you so much for giving me the audience. Yes, I've attended this meeting. I've really enjoyed the experiences from the heroes. And mine is to say I'm the principal in a technical institution known as Machakos Town Technical and Vocational College. Being also an agriculture by specialization, we are doing a lot of agribusiness. And actually, we are impacting the society where the college is located positively, because farmers from the locality are usually coming in to ask what kind of varieties, how we are doing it. And they are also going to put, they also go and put the same crops, the same varieties in their farms. So I would say that is an application of education for sustainable development, where farmers around the college are actually benefiting a lot and coming to check on our demonstration farms on what we are doing, and then going ahead and applying. So thank you so much for being invited to be to have attended this meeting today. I'm not yet a member of LOANI, but I'm looking forward also to join LOANI. Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank you so much for chipping in. So just to thank you all for what for taking part today, because everybody on this platform, I'm sure, must have learned something. And also we've seen that Africa heroes do a lot. And this is the time that we're able to listen and allow them to talk. So one thing I'll leave with you is some of the best thinking have been done by others, because one person cannot change the world, but as collaboration, we can all chip in and change the world. Like now, we're changing Africa. Thank you so much. I'd like to hand you back to Christine, and then Christine.
How do I just want to say thank?
Yeah, and then to Professor Caroline.
Okay, yeah, Professor, then I finish. Yeah.
Yes, just sorry, traveling. But I just wanted to say thank you to each and everyone. I thank you, Ada. I know we say 2-3 hours and then we are ending up here. But that's what I want to emphasize, the importance of time that we chose to be here. And I really want to appreciate everyone who stayed till the end. And like I always say, that it's only when you truly realize and understand the importance of valuing your time, like what I said, that is when we can start making the right choices and decision in our life. So I just want to say that let us use our voices, our gifts, our talents, our ideas, our knowledge, our actions to change the world and start uniting. And all I can say is that this movement has laid the foundation for creating the future generation who will be empathetic, informed, and globally conscious. And I just want to thank each and every one of us. And I just want you to continue to use your talent, your skills. And like I always say, I always want to talk about time, is that we all have, there's a clock somewhere out there, but we don't know when our clock is going to stop. It's ticking, but we don't know when it's going to stop. But you have to ask yourself that, what can you do when your clock is still ticking? Because the time does not wait for you. The time does not wait for you. You wait for time. When 10 o'clock comes, it's gone. And today we have learned so many things. And I just want to say thank you so much. And I want to encourage everybody to continue to strive. And I'm so inspired. God bless you. Thank you so much. See you soon. Thank you, Ada. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. As we conclude this extraordinary session today, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for your presence, for your contributions, and for your unwavering commitment to being part of this movement for change. The room was full. We got to 100 and people were locked outside. We were wishing we had registered for 300 or even 500 people. We are so happy that you came. Together, we have celebrated creativity, we have celebrated resilience and leadership qualities that hold the power to transform our communities, to transform our continent, Africa, and indeed the world. A special thank you to the inspiring host, Dr. K.Obaigwa, for your remarkable leadership and dedication. Your story of resilience and purpose continues to motivate us all. Those who did not get to hear who she is, please just find out. You will be inspired. I would also like to take this opportunity to recognize and honor the presence of the founder of LOANI, Professor Caroline Makaka, whose vision and leadership have brought us all together under this incredible global platform. Your work, Professor, continues to inspire us to dream big and to act boldly. I always keep on thinking about the words that you keep on telling me every day. Christine, your clock is ticking, you know when it will stop. So, sister, let us continue working. Additionally, my deepest gratitude goes to our chair of LOANI Africa, Ambassador Dr. Winfred Gitonga, for your tireless efforts and commitment to advancing our mission across the continent. Your leadership and dedication are pivotal to the success of our movement. As we live here today, let us carry forward the energy, the passion, and the purpose we've shared. Change begins with each one of us, remember. And when we unite as leaders who inspire and empower, there is no limit to what we can achieve. Together, we are lighting the way for a brighter, more inclusive and sustainable future. And welcome to Kenya. I am the chairperson, Kenya. I didn't mention that. Chairperson Kenya, welcome to Kenya. Come July next year. I want to see all of you. I'll also come from Canada. I'll go to Kenya to receive all of you. Thank you once again, and I look forward to seeing all of you in the next gathering. Together as LOANI, we are the change.
Change.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'd also like to say I've got two of my family members that actually come to see what LOANI does. And I think they might want to join LOANI. One is Austin, my senior brother, Austin Onyekwele, and my brother, Christopher. Are you able to say one or two words before we close? Austin or Christopher?
Yeah, hello, this is Austin. I'm very happy to join silently and watch everything. Well organized. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. What of Christopher? These are my family members. They've come to see what LOANI does because they've been motivated.
Maybe Ambassador Winfred, because she's the Africa chair, maybe she can just do the final closing and you know, she's still there.
My name is Christopher. I'm so glad listening to LOANI. And then I feel I have a story too. I live in the United States, and my first time of listening, I thank you all.
Waiting for her input.
Okay, and Christopher, finish.
I think I have finished, just a short notice. Let you know that my sister has been trying to invite me for a very long time, years, And I said, okay, today I just want to log in. I think it's very interesting. And I'll be there next time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, you're welcome. You see, when you show up, your family shows up. Thank you. Okay, let's wrap it up. Professor Caroline, who's going to speak next to closing ceremony? And remember, we're all having a big one on the
1st of December.
On the 1st of December. It's going to be big. But next week, I am hosting the USA. The USA is coming, and I'll be hosting them. And I think because I feel that what we're doing is very important. And I'd like you all to, I'll be sending the link. I'd like you all to come and join on the 29th at 7 p.m. That is for USA. So those in US might find it easier to join. Please, if you're in Africa, also join us. Thank you. Okay, the closing ceremony.
Okay, I would want to yeah, I think we have come to the end of our session. It has been a successful meeting, and I want to specially recognize every one of us, the participants, the speakers, our founder president, Professor Caroline Makanka. You are an extraordinary reader who reads with the heart. We are following after your footsteps. We are committed to support the initiative and the mission objective, and I think we started well, and we are making milestones every now and then. So with those few remarks, I would want to adjourn this meeting in respect to our host and the convener of the meeting. If you allow us, we can adjourn the meeting now. Thank you very much.
And we'll see you in Africa, in Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah, we are looking forward to see you in July next year. And it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. We'll be cutting a lot of tapes then, and all of you are invited. Make arrangements. We have about 7-8 months to prepare the ground.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And please join us next week for the USA.
Thank you, Ada. Thank you so much.